commenting on the design, I was feeling like a superstar. You know, when they comment, I replied them. And one guy from nowhere just dropped his message in the comment box. And what did this guy say? He said, keep wasting your time doing design. AI is here for you. AI is coming for you. And I was like, for real? Is that what you're supposed to say to what I did there? Because I know how many hours it took me to work on the project. And when I saw the guy's comment, I was like, AI. So I went to do my research on, AI. And I found out that, I have a platform where, I always respond to designers asking me a question. And another guy asked the same, another guy now asked the question that, Caesar, what do you think about AI coming to take the space of we designers? Now, I've not really had time to read about AI taking the space of designers. But what, came to my mind when he asked the question was, how can AI take our space? Because I know how many hours it always take me to put together design, composition, like all the research, all the brainstorming, all the storyboarding and everything that I normally go through before, creating the project. And the response I gave the guy was, no, AI can never take the space of designers, And another person asked the same question. Like, people keep asking the same question, like, how, AI is going to take our space? And I must say this to you guys after, doing my research, because I found out that there's Canva now, all right? There's Canva now, and most clients now, they use Canva to do design. Canva core, sneakers. Anyway, so they use Canva to do design, and I found out that to make design now on Canva now is easy. There's this already design template that you just, put your information and then you send it out. And I was like, okay, yeah, I can actually take the space of designers, because if we can have already made designs that people can replace the information and the design, it means AI can actually take the space of designers. I've even prompted AI to do a design for me, and yes, AI did a design for me. Yeah, AI did a design for me. Now, AI would take the space of some designers, all right? Not all designers. Okay? The only people that AI will take their space are the people who doesn't design with purpose. All right? I'm talking about people that whenever you're asked to work on design projects, the first thing that comes to your mind is, I know how to use CorelDRAW shortcuts. I have a design that I pin on Pinterest. Let me just quickly go and copy that design and use it to solve this client's problem. If you are those type of people, AI will surely take your place. You can't escape it. There was a time I was talking to, there was this gathering of, designers where, people were talking about how much they charge for design, and people were calling, funny amounts that they charge for design. And I was like, is it that I've been cheating my clients? Because the figure these guys were calling are not what I think is best for a designer. There's something now dropped in my mind that the reason why so many designers charge less is because they don't really go through the process of the normal process of achieving successful design. If you're here or you're watching me and you're one of those people that what you know how to do is to push pixels. When I say push pixels, I'm talking of people who do design because they know how to use the application. Or your focus is just to make it look beautiful. AI will take your place. All right, those are the people who should get ready for AI. I see some designs on the internet and I see people hit like the number of likes that I see on those designs are always like 1,000 likes, 2,000 likes, and I'll go, what exactly is the message here? The message is not clear, and you guys are liking it. So that now made me know that, okay, we have plenty designers. All right? We have so many designers, but we have few designers that design with purpose. Because if you understand design, you will know when you see design that looks successful. I know so many of you here still don't understand that part of understanding designs that look successful. Don't think because the designer used the right color or the designer play with value, right? Don't think that is enough for the project. The purpose of the project is important than the aesthetic of the project. Now, there's the part of the beauty of the project. Because, yeah, when you're working on design project, there's also the part of, making it look nice, making it look beautiful. But that is not enough to make that project look successful. All right? So if you're those type of people that, okay, when you are asked to work on design projects and you just, make everything look beautiful and the message is not clear, I'm telling you, you will only get the client that gave you that project to work on. How do I put this? Okay, help me, Holy Spirit. Your design will only get that same client. Instead of that design to get you other clients, the design will only get you the same client. Am I clear? Are you sure? All right. So, like I said before, there's money in design. Designers are making it big. But the people who make it big in design are the ones who design with the goal of the design in mind, not the ones who focus only on the beauty of the design. All right? So today, I'm going to be sharing the heartbeats of design. Let me put it that way. The heartbeat of design with you guys today, because design have its own, it has its own heartbeats. So that heartbeat is what really influenced the composition. All right? I know so many designers always fight with, okay, how am I supposed to know when I'm done or if I'm doing the right thing in design? So today I'm going to share the things to consider before working on any design project. All right, so I have, allow me to use my tablet here. So I have some very important tips to share with you guys here. You guys prefer if I calm down because my standing here is making me feel like I'm a man of God. Can I calm down? All right, still like, thank you. All right, so before I share the habit of design, I need to first let you guys know what graphic design is. I know if I ask so many of you here what design is, you're going to give me beautiful response. But there's one very important, in fact, there's this definition of design, of graphic design, that if you understand it, you know, okay, this is what I should focus on whenever I'm working on design projects. So now listen to my own definition of graphic design here. Graphic design is a journey. It's a process of discovery that is fueled by inspiration and creative passion, as well as the desire to ignite communication. So meaning that for you to achieve a successful design, there's the process. All right? Graphic design is a process. Now, there are some process you need to first put in place. Now, inside that process is where we get to the inspiration, where you get inspiration to work on the project. Now, communication is the value of every design project. Every design project must carry value. And that's why I said, don't be a pixel pusher. If you are those type of people that your focus is to just make the project look beautiful, and you're not focusing on the value, trust me, get ready for AI. Now, it's not like I'm trying to scare you guys today. I'm not here to scare you. I'm just trying to get you ready so that by the time clients start telling you, I can do better than this now, you will know that, yes, Caesar already told us that we should do the right thing, so they won't say that. Because clients need us. Yeah, clients need us. They can't do without design. Any organization that wants to grow need a good designer. All right? But a good designer who does not understand the visual communication part of what he or she is doing, the person is going to find it design difficult. All right. You know, I remember when I discovered these tips that I want to share with you guys, I went back and I looked at all my old designs. Do you know that when I was posting those designs then, so many designers were giving me thumbs up? I'm telling you. It was after discovering what I'm about to share with you guys here now that I now realized that so many designers that like what I do, some of them still don't understand design. They are just clicking like because they notice, this thing just looks different from what I'm used to seeing. A designer, all right, who understand the principles of design, that understand the storytelling part of design, when he or she sees my design or a good design, it's not like they won't feel, this is better or this is nice. But the way they will look at it, they will look at it like, I'm going to use Ronaldinho again, all right? You know, when Ronaldinho is dribbling, and you know, the way Messi will look at Ronaldinho when he's dribbling is different from the way you and I are going to look like Ronaldinho when he's dribbling. Why? Because Messi understands that for you to do what Ronaldinho is doing, there are some calculations you need to put in place. So when Messi sees the calculation, what he will just do is, wow, correct. But you and I will go, wow. So if you understand the process of design, when you see a good design, instead of you going, wow, what you're going to do is to take your time to look at what the designer did that made the design look successful. Am I making sense? All right? Because see, if you really want to achieve good design, you need to first know what a good design looks like. All right? Yes, some of us already know what good design looks like, but we don't know what really made the design successful. That's where the problem is. All right, so I'm going to share some things with you guys today that will help you. All right, so I put here that good design is functional, conveying messages with purpose. So every successful design must be very, very functional. All right, and it must communicate a message. Your design must communicate a message. So how you are now going to make the design communicate the message comes from your client. All right? So let's talk about the function of design. The function of graphic design is the communication of messages through the juxtaposition of words and image. Now, the function of every design project is the putting together of images and text to communicate a message. Please, I want you guys to follow me, please. You're putting together, you know, I told you guys that the value of every design project is to communicate a message. Now, text and images are what you're to use to communicate the message. So when you are not using the right text, when you're not using the right image, the message is not going to be clear. That's why you see so many designers today, they use, because they feel, okay, the project is empty, then they went as far as getting images that are not necessary to spice the project up. Meanwhile, there are so many images, there are so many elements you can use to pass message with the design, but because you are not focusing on the problem, that's why you end up using elements that are not necessary. All right? So, but I'll still get there. I'll get to that part. So, I'm going to share the objectives of design with you. So, we have communication. Now, please, these objectives are what you are supposed to use to know how to play with the elements. You know, I told you guys that the function of every design is the juxtaposition of text and images. Now, the way you now play with the objectives, hey, God help me. The objectives work with the function. The way you work on an education or educative design is different from the way you are going to work on a design that you just want to use to create awareness. All right? So let me just quickly share the objectives, and I'll share some of the the meaning of some of the objectives with you. So we have communication, we have education, we have information, we have guidance, we have encouragement, we have promotion, we have inspiration, we have awareness, we have dialogue, we have persuasion, we have entertainment, we have direction and motivation. Now, see, whenever you are sending out your brief, all right, to your clients, the objectives should also be part of what you're going to ask them. Like, what exactly is this project going to do? Is it just to entertain the people? Because listen, if the project is to inform the people, all right, it shouldn't look entertaining. There are two different things. Let me share how to know an educative design. I know so many of you make use of icons in your projects. Do you guys use icons? Do you know that the idea behind the use of icon is to educate people? Like, for example, you're trying to make people know where to get a particular information in your design, all right? The use of icon is to help them quickly know where that information is. But if it's to entertain people, all right, yeah, you can use icon in the project, but the number of icons you're going to use on an informative design is different from the number of icons you're going to use on entertaining design. Am I making sense? Okay, let me break it down again. So let's say, for example, I have a party poster, I asked you guys to work on a party poster for me, and you now use icons to, instead of people to see the title or the entertaining effect in the design, you load the design with too many icons. I'm not going to approve the design, because the idea is not really to educate people, it's just to get people to want to make people come for the event. But if I say, okay, I want to design a brochure, and I want people to know about our services, what we do. If you make the titles more entertaining and you did not use icon, the page is not going to look successful. Am I making sense? So whenever you're asked to work on design projects, first check the objective. Make the objective to add the objective, the objective of the design to the to what you're going to use to achieve the project. All right. Then we'll now get to the function of the design. The function of the design must be established before the design process can begin. So whenever you're asked to work on design project, all right, before you get to your workstation, first define the problem. The problem most time is what inspires the composition of the project. The reason why you guys, or most of us, still don't understand what to do whenever you're asked to work on design project is because we did not take our time to ask the right question, which is also part of the process, and break down the problem and then get the right or the necessary element to get the work done. That's why today so many of you will see design with huge white space, and then you just see the illustration in the middle of the design, and then you go and you notice that the client approve it and they pay the person good money. The reason why clients will pay the person good money for that project is because the person understood what the problem is. And that's the same thing we need to always do whenever we are asked to work on design projects, okay? So I remember let me quickly share this story with you. A client contacted me from the United States and he asked me to do him a poster, all right? Now, after, breaking down the brief, all right, because I'm sharing this with you because there are times when you break down the brief that your breaking down of the brief at times will not balance, okay? So after, getting the response from the client, and I put together what I believe the client is looking for. Then I sent the design to the client, and the response I got from the client was, this is not what I'm looking for. And I was like, well, you told me this is what do you want me to do? He said, no, but it's not looking like it. And I said, what happened? He said, this is looking more like a church poster. I said, oh, okay, so how can you help with making me know what doesn't look like a church poster to you? Because it's actually a church. It's a church event, but what he said was he wanted to look more like a movie poster. So I now asked him that, okay, so how can you help me by, can you share a design that when you see it, you know this is not a church poster? Then he sent me 2 designs. And after looking at the 2 designs, which is another thing I need every one of you here to always do, because you see, when a client gives you design project to work on, remember the project is not for you. All right? The project is not for you. The project is for the client. So it's always best to ask for the client's opinion. In fact, it's always best to get the client involved whenever you are working on design project. All right, so the client sent 2 designs to me, and after taking my time to look at the project, I found out that what the client is looking for is something that shows just the head shot of the people, all right, the headshot of the people, because what I did was I used the full frame of the people, all right. So the client is looking for headshots in a random position with the event information looking like the way they design movie credits. You guys know how they design movie credits on posters. That's what the client is looking for. And then immediately, you know the funniest thing? I asked the client that, what exactly did you notice here that made you feel, okay, this is exactly what I'm looking for? He said he doesn't know. But one thing he knows is that this is looking more like a movie poster. So I took my time to look at the 2 designs, and I found out that the things missing that I didn't do is, number 1, the headshot, number 2, the type of text, as in the arrangement of the text that I use and the character style. And when I sent my version back to the client said, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. All right? So it's always best to get the client involved, which I'm still going to say again before the end of this meeting. All right? Now, so before working on any design project, you need to know what type of project you're working on. Is it an invitation? Now, invitation also have different type of design. There's the invitation, a wedding invitation should not look like a burial invitation. Am I making sense? A graduation invitation should not look like a beer parlor lunch invitation. And how you group all these invitations is the type of character you use. And that is why AI is here to help you and I. Can I hear oh yeah? All right. So you need to know, is it an annual report? Now, we also have different type of annual reports. The type of annual report you do for a church is different from, no, not church. The type of annual report you do for a bank is different from the type of annual report you do for a small business. All right? So know the type of projects that you want to work on. And see, I'm going to help you guys. You know, they say AI is here to take the space of designers. That's a big lie. AI is here to help you and I. I'm telling you. So now, I remember when I started graphic design, it's not, the way I mostly get inspiration for design now is different from the way I normally get inspiration for design then. Back then, I have to sit down, start brainstorming on what to do. But now, AI will help you. If you're asked to work on any design project now, it's very easy. Just go to ChatGPT. Type what makes a wedding invitation look different from a burial invitation. AI will tell you the type of font to use. AI will tell you the type of color to use. I'm telling you. Anyway, let's continue. All right, so poster. Is it a poster design you're asked to work on? Poster also have its own different design or style. You know, I just shared the story about a client asking me to work on a poster for him, and he said he's looking at a movie poster, but my poster look more like a church poster. So you need to know what type of poster are we doing. Now, please, why I'm saying this to you guys now is this. These are the things you need to ask the client. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Because you know why? When they call you to work on the project, you don't even know what the project is about. We don't know. When I wanted to work on this project, this poster that I did for this training, seriously, I don't even know what the project, I don't even know what it's going to look like. But after drawing the message I want to pass to the audience, because the idea is for people who are into this business to know this meeting is for them. And I know that if somebody who's not a graphic designer see the poster, all right, they won't even get involved. Why? Because if you're not a graphic designer and you see me hold a pencil with something that looks like a plastic rod, you think I'm crazy. And because of that, you won't even get involved. But because you guys are designers, immediately you saw the poster, you know, oh, this is talking to me. And that's how you're supposed to work on design projects. So you need to know what the project is about. Who are the audience? Which we're still going to get to that later. All right? Because the type of image you use, remember I told you the function of the design is the putting together of the text and the image. All right? So the type of text you use and the type of image you use, they are very, very important. You see, for the part of the color, you can still use any color, and I'll tell you why. Because my color, all right, the type of color that I like to see in design is different from the type of color that so many of you here like. So the part of the color can still, you can still play, you know, still manage that. But for the part of text and image, you need to understand that part. It's very, very important. You really need to understand that part. So know what you are asked to work on. And yeah, I hope this is making sense. I hope you guys are learning because I'm actually enjoying myself here. I don't know about you. So you need to ask your clients these questions, which you know, you need to also ask yourself too. But I'm going to share a design brief, my design brief with you guys. You're going to see all these things there, but I'm going to break down how to use this brief, all this information I'm about to share with you guys here, to know how to use it to solve, you know, design problems. So you need to ask, what is the primary objective? All right, like what exactly are we doing? Which is okay, we want to do a poster, we want to do a flyer, we want to do a report, and so on. Then the next question is, who is it trying to reach? That's another problem with designers. If a client say, our goal is to create a project for people between the age of 45, 60, you know you're not supposed to make the information in the project tiny. I'm talking of the font size. Am I making sense? If they say the project is for, this event poster is for people between the age of 20 to 40, you know you're not supposed to make the title look simple. The title needs to look playful. Now you see where the part of knowing how to play with type comes in. So many of us see designs and we go, hey, I like this design. If the type is not right for the right people, trust me, that project is not successful. You know, I've worked for, I remember back in those days, you know, when, you know, I know so many of us are used to hearing the design needs to be simple, it needs to be fine, it needs to be this, it needs to be that. And I was asked to design a birthday program. And because I want to play with simplicity, the aim in the program where the character there were small. And when I sent this to the client, what the client told me was, I wanted to speak in my language. What the client said, all these space here, what are they used for? Are they for sale, or we want to, you have something you want to put there? We cannot even read what you have in the program. And I understand why the owner, the client said that. It's because the person is finding it difficult to read what's in the project. So if you're trying to make your design simple, your simplicity is not for some certain age. If you're trying to make design simple, no, it's not for some age. I'm talking of when you want to use white space, like you just want design to be plain. It's not for some people. So know the age of the people you're working for, and that's why you need to ask the client, who are we trying to reach? Is it little babies? Is it mothers, breastfeeding mothers? Or is it old people? So this is what will help you know the type of font you're going to use and the type of image you are to use for the project. Like, for example, if the project is for old people, the illustration I'm going to use in terms of the character is not going to be a young person. Because when an old person see a young person on a poster, they will hardly get involved. They will know immediately this is not for me. But when they see somebody of their age on the poster, they go, ahead, this is for me. Now, what I'm saying here is not only for the age now, but for you to know who the target audience is first before getting the necessary elements for the project. The reason why most of us our designs get rejected is because we are not looking at all these things. All right? So yeah, so then the next question is, what is the desired reaction of the viewer? What are the things they mostly like? That's another thing you need to check. What are the things they mostly like? Like, for example, I want to sell, I'm asked to work on I'm asked to work on a party poster, all right, like an event, something for people, like hip-hop people, the people like hip-hop, all right? I know that if I want to do a project that will draw the attention of this type of people, I need to make the project look like them. I can't do a church flyer design for a club party poster. Or maybe some of you are doing it and it's working. Please, if you are doing it and it's working for you, stop it. Somebody is saying, okay, we have a carnival we want to do, and we need you to do a poster for us. And you're making the carnival poster look like a church Thanksgiving service. No, they will reject it now. So before working on the project, first check what are the things that these people like to see. Like, what are the things that, what is their style like? And that's why you have AI now. AI will help you. AI will even generate the type of image, the type of color, the type of effects. But one thing that AI will not do for you is AI will not do the design well for you. AI will only help you with the look. Then your job as a designer is to now go and get inspiration from the internet and use what AI gave you to achieve that style. Did you get what I just shared now? Okay, anyway, we'll still get to that. All right, now, as a designer, we have our roles. All right? We have our roles. So these are the skill of we designers. A designer is a problem-solving person. Please, very important. A designer is a problem-solving person. Okay. Let me even quickly share this. Sorry, I know we have Muslims amongst us here, but sorry, I like to use the Bible at times to explain my point. You know, there's a part in the Bible that said, I wish above all things that thou may prosper, even as your soul prospers. Good. So I want you to know that God loves you. I mean, God loves you guys so much. The fact that you guys are problem solver, and if you go and check the nature of God, it's actually solving problems. So the fact that you guys are into the business of solving problems, trust me, you are supposed to excel. In fact, you are going to excel. You are going to excel. All right? So the question you now need to ask yourself is, so why is it looking like I'm not excelling? It means you're not doing some things right. And that's why I'm giving you guys what I'm giving you guys. I'm sharing with you guys today. So remember, you're a problem solver, not a troublemaker. All right? Your job is to solve problems. When a client contacts you, why they contacted you is for you to help them. Some of us don't do that. We always feel, man, let me make the money. That's another thing again. Please, if you're a designer and your focus is on the making of the money, you are not in the right place. Oh. No. You're not in the right place. The money will only come when you focus on the problem you're asked to solve. All right, please. Focus on the problem and you see the money chasing you. All right, so we are communication. Then communication. That's another role of a designer. Communication, analysis, visualization, management, composition, organization, information gathering, systemization, critical thinking. All right, aesthetics, representation, research, and perception. So these are our roles. All right. Now I decided to share this with you guys because so many of us still don't know why we exist. All right. So many of us think, okay, because I know how to use the application. Because I know how to use the application, it means I'm a designer. No, the application doesn't make you a designer. What makes you a designer is when you know your job as a creative person is to solve problems. All right? It's when you know you are a visual communicator. All right? So please take note of this. Then it is the designer's primary responsibility to create strong communication, strong communicative experiences that support the function of the design on behalf of the client, for the viewer. So our role as designers is to create what gets the customers or the viewers involved in what the client wants them to know. Now, the reason why I still share this with you guys is, please, have this in mind whenever you're working on any project. Know, okay, why this client contacted me is to create a project that explain the message that they want the customers or the viewers to understand. Your understanding of this is what will help you know the right image to use for the project. Like, for example, I came to meet you guys now, and no, let's say I come to meet you guys and I say, okay, I want to design a poster. All right? I want to design a poster, and I have this body cream that when you use it, it makes your skin glow. Now, listen. I said it makes your skin glow. If you get me a picture of a person with smooth skin, it's still okay, right? But it won't really sell like when you use a skin texture. Now, when people see the before and after of the cream. I don't know if you guys get my message here. So many designers make this mistake. Somebody is saying, okay, we want to promote our product and want them to know that, okay, yes, this cream can make their skin glow. And then the next thing you see a designer do is to go get a picture of somebody with fine face and put it on the poster. Yes, it's okay, but it won't really sell like when people see the before and after. In fact, let me quickly share this before I forget. See, the result is what people are always looking for in every design project. I'll say it again. Result is what everybody is always looking for in every design project. So whenever you're asked to work on design projects and your focus is just to get a picture and use in the project, you're not going to really pass the message. If the client or somebody say, we want to design a party poster, all right, like we need a party poster to get people to know how interesting this event is going to look. And then the next thing you did was to just make the title look party-like, yeah, which is also part of it. And you didn't really give that effect of that atmosphere in the background. I'm telling you, that project is going to be a bit difficult for the person to approve. So what you're to do whenever you're asked to work on any project is think about what a good atmosphere, like an interesting atmosphere would look like a party atmosphere that is very interesting, what they mostly look like. So those are the things you're supposed to apply to, the project. I remember when I started graphic design, all right? There's this, how many of you know Shomolu? Now, the people in Nigeria will know Shomolu, yeah. So I learned how to do, printing business here in Shomolu. And there's this guy. The guy is a very good CorelDRAW user. All right? If this guy is using CorelDRAW, he doesn't use mouse. In fact, it's so good that he can use his jaw to hit the shortcut. Like he can press shortcut with his jaw, with his elbow and everything. So one day I went to the guy and I was like, bro, because back then I was thinking your knowing of the shortcut or the knowing of the application is what you actually need to solve design problem. And I went to the guy and said, bro, please, I need you to come and teach me how to, do this stuff. And the guy was like, okay, don't worry, I'll teach you. So anytime I go to him, he's always telling me, I'm busy, I'll teach you. But I'll still, when I see him use CorelDRAW, I'll go like, man, this guy is good though. Well, it was later I now discovered that that is not the goal. The using of the shortcut is not there. It's not what you actually need. The first thing you need to do as a designer is, first of all, discover yourself. All right? Every one of you here have what makes you unique. You have your style. Yeah. In fact, your creativity is hidden under that your style. You need to know what type of design you like to do. Don't be everywhere. Your being everywhere is what's affecting your being able to be a good creative person. Know what you like to do. So I discovered that I'm a type of designer that like to do posters, like most especially movie posters. So I went and, do my research on the right application. In fact, the person that owns this place is the one that opened my eyes to the application I'm using today. One day I learned design from him. It's just that he's not here yet. And I told him I want him to be here. I want everybody to see him. I was his boy then. All this standing behind your boss and you go then. So one day we were, at his studio and I saw him working. And he was checking his, then there was no Pinterest. Now that you guys will just go to Pinterest, look at good design and you go, man, I'll copy this style. Then he had, there's his friend that know how to use Photoshop. The guy is good. So my boss is always saving the guy's design on his PC. And so one day he just, he scrolled past the guy's design. I was like, sir, please, can you go back? Then he went back and I said, sir, who did this? He said, his friend. He's a very friendly person. He's always ready to answer your question whenever you ask him questions. He's a good boss. Very friendly. It's just that he's not here now. So I said, sir, who did this? And I was like, my friend. I said, hey, is it the same CorelDRAW we're using? Because then, I thought CorelDRAW is the end of design. That if you don't know CorelDRAW, you are not a designer. And I said, is it the same CorelDRAW? Because I saw what I like to do, which is very important, everybody, please. Because you need to know the type of design you like to do. See, your type of design is what will make you know, is what will help your creativity. You can't put a Ronaldo to go and be defending. If you put Ronaldo to defend, throughout the match, I'm sure he will just stand like this and be looking. Or even if he's not looking, you will see him mistakenly dribble. He will dribble because he's programmed to be a striker, they call them? An attacker. If you put him at the back, he will still dribble and go to the front. So you need to know what type of design you like to do. Don't worry, I'm going to help you guys today. So, and I asked him, sir, I like this design. And I was like, there's one application called Photoshop. And the funniest thing, I've been using Photoshop, I didn't know it was the application. I started with web design. So I always use Photoshop to design banner, buttons, and so on. Now, let me even surprise you. I didn't know that it was still the application. Even after he said this Photoshop, I still didn't believe it was Photoshop. Please, I'm going somewhere here. I'm going somewhere here. I didn't know it was Photoshop. I said, hey, what application is Photoshop? He said, Photoshop now. That's the same one that we normally use to crop pictures. I said, wait, I thought that application is only used for cropping and websites, because then my boss, what we only do then was, we don't pass our boundary. That's why I love him so much. We don't do more than cropping and converting picture to black and white. What else do we do then, Seth? Oh, Pastor Shegun, where are you now? We don't emboss. We don't go near those filters. If you go there, the filter, we just be looking like, what are you doing? But just removing of spots. Like when we see spot on pictures, we just do, pam, there's one button, there wasn't a spotting into. We just click on it, boom, and go, the two of us will just go like, correct. So those are the only things we do then. So I said, is it the same application? He said, yes, now. I said, it was my boss. I couldn't ask him, sir, how come you don't do like this? I just said, okay. I said, okay. And no, the normal me, when I like something, I do my best to do it, whatever it takes to, to do well at it. So I said, okay, no problem. Then I now went to, I went to Computer Village. Back then, there's no all this using of YouTube to what. We have YouTube then, but we don't have all these Photoshop tutorials and everything. So I went to, to Computer Village then. That's why when I see those guys selling those softwares in Computer Village, I always go like, you guys don't even know what you have. You guys are selling what to change your life. And you are here wearing Dunlop slippers and boxers. And you are selling this thing for this amount. So I bought the Photoshop tutorial then. So 12 o'clock in the midnight, I always wake up. All right, I'll wake up and I'll just learn how to use the application. But the tutorial I was watching then was only how to use it to clear spots, how to remove red eye color, the filter, how to do some, not even design for photography. All right, it's for photography then. And then, after learning it, then I now were like, I still didn't get this thing. Now, this person is using this to do design. And I still don't understand how to use this thing. Then I went again and do my research. How did I even do it? I think I don't know. There's something I just discovered. I think I saw somebody was using Photoshop to do flyer. So I was not looking at the person. Then I now discovered that the same tools, all the tools that we used to do all those transforming of the layers and all those things are still the same tool you're going to use to do design. And then gradually I started using it to, do design then. And today is the application I'm using to do design. Now, but listen, the reason why it's easy for me to do this was because I first know this is the type of design I like to do. If you ask me to work on logo design, it's not like I'm not going to do it. Do you understand? I know how to do logo design. In fact, I enjoy doing logo design, but the love I have for doing posters is not the love I have for logo design. If you give me a logo design to work on before poster design, I'll do the poster design before logo design. Why? Because when I see posters, I'm always very excited, like, wow! Do you understand what I'm saying? So, my point here is this. So I went back to the guy, this is what, so the guy now, like 2-3 years later, so the guy just came to meet me. Now, this is the guy who was begging to teach me how to use Photoshop, shortcut, and everything. So the guy just came to meet me, and the guy said, bro. I said, yes. He said, can you teach me? I said, No. I said, what did you say? He said, can you teach me how to use Photoshop? I said, no. He said, he didn't even say Photoshop. He said, can you teach me how to do design? And I was like, wait, boss. You are, the way we call ourselves boss now. You are the boss. No, say no, you are the boss. I said, no, you are the boss. Say you are the boss. I said, the boss, you are the boss. And then we started bossing ourselves, And my point here is this. Why it was easy for the guy to ask me, all right, or what made the guy came to me then was because I discovered what I love to do. So you can only be creative in what you love to do, not what you don't like to do. It's like the way when you're going home from here now. I know so many of you have more than one street that lead to your house. True of us. You have more than one street that lead to your house. There are times when you won't make use of the normal route, that you just go, let me be creative today, and then you just go to another route. The reason why it's easy for you is because you know where you're going. So if you want to be creative, you need to know what you like to do. Don't be everywhere. All right? You need to first clear that. There are other things I'm going to share with you guys that will help you to be a creative person, but first clear this one. Okay? All right. So I hope I'm making sense to you guys. All right. Then a designer must understand the relationship between color. Yeah. You need to understand the relationship between color, form, and space, as well as the structure, hierarchy, and typography. Now, the principle of design is very, 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 very important. All right, where solving design problem is concerned. And please, after this meeting, please, everyone, don't go back to the way you normally live your life. You see, we have the tools, and then we have how to use the tools. All right, in graphic design. The element of design are our tools. The application you are using is not your tool. The application is just like your partner to help you work with the tool to achieve what you want to achieve. And that's why when you see, that's why when if you are a PowerPoint or Excel user and you understand the principle of design, you will do design. No? I'm telling you, you will do design. So the applications are just like let me say AI. Yeah, they're like AI, because now AI is also like the way we use all these design applications now. So the job of the application is to work together with you to achieve the project. Now, the element of design is actually the tool. All right? The typography, type, they are like voice. They are like sound. If I want to use thick voice to speak to you, please, guys, take note of this thing I'm sharing with you now. If I want to use thick voice to talk to you, like I'm sounding like the type of type to use. You know the type of character to use to depict that sound. What type of character? What type of style? What type of style? Is it italics? Is it bold? Is it thing? If I sound, hello, my name is Caesar. What type of character is suitable for that? No. No. My voice is tiny. Thin, right? Now, if I do, this is, I don't know if you guys will get this, but it will help you if you understand it. If I do, I don't like standing. I want you guys to know I'm walking. What type of style is suitable for that? So typography are like voice. So when you're working on design project and you want to depict thick or loud sound, bold character at best for it. If you want to depict silence, that's why when you're working on design project and you want to achieve contrast with placing the content in your design. Like for example, your client say, I want everybody to see everything. I want people to see everything. That doesn't mean you should make everything bold. Play with style. By the time you use style to work on the project, you'll find out that all the message will be clear. People will see the message in the design. Am I making sense? So that's for the part of the character. So please, whenever you're working on design project, see character or font as sound and also as images. That's why I had to use the moving of moving here as an example for italics. So when you see your type bend, you're actually saying move. You are actually depicting motion. If you make it straight, you are saying stay. Now, all these things, this is not the only illustration for the, this is not only the only illustration for the different style of characters. Go online, do your research yourself. I'm just here to open your eyes to make you know that each of those styles have what they mean in graphic design. If the project did not say motion, don't do anything move. Don't do motion in your design. And that's why it's always good for you to solve the problem first. First, define the problem. before you start playing with the elements. On the part of color, all right, I shared previously that you can still, play with the color. Please know your client belief on color. That is very important. Before some of you came here, I was gisting with, my family here, and I was telling them about a client that no matter how fine, no matter how beautiful you make the project you do for him, he's not going to approve it unless there's gold in the project. If you use red to make the important information visible, he's not going to approve it except there's gold or touch of gold in the project. So know your client's belief on color, and also very important on the part of the color, which I'm going to advise every one of you to write this down. Go and understand the use of hue, understand the use of saturation, and understand the use of value. You see these three, they are also used to pass a message in graphic design. Color is also part of the element of design. It's also part of the tools you use. All the elements of design are what we use to create a picture, all right, to the viewers or the audience. When you draw a triangle shape in your project, when you use a triangle shape in your project, what you are trying to make what you are making your viewers understand is, hey, stop and watch. Because when you check all the stop signs, you see they always come in form of triangles. So when you use triangle in your project, you actually say, stop, look at this. When you put an information on the board, like a rectangle shape in your project, you're actually depicting a billboard in your design. Am I making sense here? So don't just draw shapes. Some of you will design your title and still draw box and put the information there. You are really creating serious confusion in the project. The title is already calling for attention. And let me tell you guys this. Any information you put on a box in your project, it draws attention faster than the title you make bold. Because that box signifies picture. So when you want to draw people's attention to important information in your project, if you make the information small, draw a box behind it, people will see it. That's why you see that when you're working on design project, and then maybe you want to put like a venue, and then you now put a box behind the venue, you will see that no matter how small you make it, people will know that it's venue that you put there. Because any information you put on a box draws attention. It calls for attention fast. So don't just use shapes without not understanding what they are used for. Lines, all right? How many of you know lines? Rules. They call them rules in graphic design. Lines. When you draw lines. How many of you know lines? Lines? How come nobody is talking? You don't know what they call lines? It's called rules in graphic design. The work of that element is to control the eye movement of the viewers. So when you are trying to say, okay, let's say you have too many information in your project, and you have them in columns. All right? You see that space between those columns? Their job is to help control the eye of the viewers to read what you have first on the first column, the second column. Then if you have information that you have on rows, like those information are too long, always use lines to separate them. What you are trying to do is to help the eye of your viewers. Because see, when you are putting together the elements, what you are actually doing is to help your viewers read the information in the project easily. And that's why you don't just use any element without not knowing what that element means. And I'm going to say this to every one of you here. When you leave here, please go and read about all the elements of design. Your lack of not achieving successful design project is because you don't understand all these elements. They have how to use them. So you see a design that looks successful on the internet, and then you feel, man, I'm going to copy this style because the person used rule. You are now looking for where to use rule. Now, your own design does not require rule because there's no space for the rule. Then you'll now be looking for where am I going to put this rule? Oh. Is it wrong to copy from other people's design? No. copy to add to it. You copy to add to the project. So you only have the grace to add to the project when you understand the element of design. So your understanding of the element of design will help you with, okay, now, this information here, I want people to see this information, but I don't want it to be too big in order for it to take more attention in the project. Okay, so I'll use this element to call people's attention to it. There are times when I'm working on design projects and I notice, okay, there's this information I want people to see, but it looks as if that information is going to be too small. Then what I will now do is to just draw a tiny arrow. A tiny arrow. So what I'm saying is, hey, you know when people see arrow is more like what prompts people to, take a particular direction. So when they see, they go, okay, what is it telling me to go and look? So we are supposed to be very smart with the way we put together the elements in design. But you can't do this right when you don't understand the principles of design. I mean, the element of design. Now, I don't want to go to the actually, the plan before was this particular session is this. What I'm talking about here is a class on its own. All right, which we're still going to do. But I hope you guys are finding it is easy to understand my point here. Is it clear? Is my point clear? Correct. Because the way I'm looking at you guys here, it looks as if I'm the only one enjoying myself. All right. Now, let's even leave there are other elements of design that I can share with you guys. Okay, let me even share one more before I now get to the principle. Now, there's this thing called white space. It's actually called visual silence. All right. The work of white space is like when you set a trap for a rat. There's this rat that always disturbs in my house, although it's dead now. I'm very good at setting trap for rats. So yeah, and it's the principle of white space I always use. Okay. Now that principle is whenever you're working on design projects and you want to you don't want the project to look too heavy to the eye, because the reason why it's easy for me to see every one of you here is because you guys are not much. If you guys are much now, I'm telling you, it will be difficult for me to see you. There's space, we have too many empty spaces, so it's easy for me to see every one of you. And that's the same thing with white space. So when you load the design, too much, because there's a way God programmed our eye. It's always difficult for us to see things where everything is too rowdy. So when you're working on design projects, and that's why before getting to your system, please, it's always best to draw how you want people to see the information, what you want them to see first, which I'll get to that next. Second, third, last, and like that. Now, what you are going to now use to get this done is the white space. Now, white space does not mean only giving space for like that empty area in your design. No. There are so many different ways to achieve white space. Repetition is another way to make white space or achieve white space in your design. Okay, don't worry, don't let me jump. Okay, so white space is very important. Now let's get to the principles of design. Whenever you are breaking down the brief, first define what you want to be your focal point. Now, the focal point most time is always the client's dream or the purpose why the client asks you to work on the project. You see, the focal point should not have anything disturbing it. I'm sharing why most clients reject what they ask us to do. The focal point must be clear. The focal point must be so sweet that people find it easy to quickly read. Focal points can be the title. Focal points can be the image. All right? But you need to place it in a way that it will be very, very clear. And this is where contrast now comes in. Wherever you are going to place the focal points, there should be contrast between them. Let me see what I can use to. Okay, don't let me waste time. So wherever you're gonna place the focal point, make sure there's contrast. That's the principle I'm using in all my movie poster. I always define the focal point. Now, after getting the focal point, then I will now use contrast to make the focal point visible. Some of us do designs, and we make the focal point, we make the background of the focal point too busy. When you do that, that thing is not, the focal point is no more focal point. It's no more focal point. It's zigzag point or jiggy point. All right? So your focal point is very, very important, which is the first thing among the principle of design that you must always write somewhere. Like, actually I'm going ahead of, please, can my camera move to the board so I can hear what I want my people to understand here? All right, so look at this. So whenever you're breaking down the brief, first, draw the focal point. What is going to be the focal point? That's the first thing you need to first of all clarify. Then the second thing is the hierarchy. All right? Now, but the hierarchy, Holy Spirit, help me. Now, the hierarchy work together with this. This should be together, these two. These two should be together. All right? Now, proximity simply means the grouping of the elements. All your elements should come in their separate group. Okay. Your elements should come in their separate group. All right? So you need to define the first thing you want the people to see, the second, the last, but they now need to be in their separate groups. Am I making sense here? All right? So, but I'm still going to get back to this. So, the principles of design, the principles of design, the elements of design, they are very, very important where achieving successful design, is concerned, or breaking down your design composition. All right. Then we're going to get to the inspiration. This one is very important. So we're going to get to inspiration here now. Inspiration is the spirit or energy that motivates the creative process and provides the impetus to solve communication problems. Inspiration is very, very important. As a designer, before working on any design project, it's always best to wake up that inspiration spirit inside of you. That is what really energizes you to achieve successful or achieve design projects. Right? Now, let me help you guys. Creativity comes in three different ways. There's inspiration. Please write this down. Inspiration. There's remix. And then number 3 is your style. Please write this down. So whenever you're working on design project, you make sure you do these 3. Number 1 is inspiration. All right? I'll explain the 3, don't worry. Number 1 is inspiration. Number 2 is remix. All right? Number 2 is remix. Then number 3 is your style. So when I was working on this event poster, all right, I know I'm going to be making use of elements to depict what the message of the artwork is about. Then listen, you know you're going to be using images in your projects. Don't say, okay, because you know you're going to use the image, then the next thing you now do is go straight to your computer. No, you need to be creative with the way you're going to place the image. Now that's where the aesthetic part of the project comes in. So I know I'm going to be using elements to depict what I want my viewers to see. Then I went online to get inspiration on how I'm going to position the image or position the elements. And I got this Wolverine concepts. All right? So you've gotten the right, you know the right element to use. Then you need the inspiration on how to now place it. Not inspiration to go and copy what somebody else already did. No. Inspiration to know how to place what you have. And that's why when you're going to draw inspiration from a design, it's not always best to copy from one source. There's an event coming up, and we have pictures of speakers. All right? We have pictures of speakers to use. you've seen this title design somewhere that you like. Then you've also seen where, they arrange pictures that you like. Then combine the two designs. All right, combine the inspiration from the two designs and make it yours. First, do your research on the title. All right, do your research. First of all, copy the style from the title. Then go check how the other designer arranged the pictures in the project. By the time you send the project out, it belongs to you. Am I making sense here? All right? Now, but don't just copy the picture, the arrangement of the picture. Also copy the background used, because what actually makes those pictures look visible to you or make the project look successful to you with the arranging of the picture is because of the background that the designer used. The way the designer played with value on the background. Am I making sense here? Bro, that's creativity. That's how creativity works. So many of us here are always trying to be original. We feel, I just want to be a professional designer. I want people to know that I'm different. I have my own style, and I want everybody to know I'm copying from anybody. See, if you are working that way, I'm telling you, you are wasting your time. All right? Because most of the things that we have today, all the things that you guys are looking at around you today, there are things that have existed, like people already created those things. We are just playing with the modernized version of those things. And that's the same thing with graphic design. Am I making sense here? All right. So try not to be original. Remember, creativity is inspiration. All right. Number 2 is remix. The inspiration part is the part of the, checking those designs. The remix part is the combining of the two designs, and then your style, which is, for me, I'm a fan of using Photoshop to create posters. I'm a poster, movie poster style type of person. So if I'm going to put everything together, I'll make it look more like a movie poster style. Some of you here like using vector to create design. So vector can also be used to create a successful poster. And that's where your style comes in. Am I making sense? So creativity is not something that, okay, you have to be original for you to say you're a creative person. No, creativity is you checking out what people have already, done, remix it, all right? Combine 2 or 3 styles from different design, and then add your style to it. Am I making sense here? All right. So let's go straight to the next part. And I hope this is making sense here, because my goal here is for you guys to start, making wonders with, design. So, like I said, inspiration is the first step towards the final design. You need to first of all draw inspiration before, you get to the final design. Another way of drawing inspiration is, look, a client gives you a project to work on. There's the part of you going to check what the competitors of that client, what they've done. Check out what because there's this part of not going outside of that, okay, somebody who is into a farming business, all right? You know that, let's say you don't really understand anything about, anything organic, all right? And you have to working for a client who is into farming. If you go and use color that does not depict nature in the project, all right, you are going to, destroy the design. So it's always best for you to know what their competitors are doing, and see how you can take from what they're already doing and then add your own style to it to make it look different. Okay? All right. Then, so we have how to nurture your inspiration, which is very, very important for every one of us here. And this list I'm about to call now, please guys, start living your life like this. All right? How to nurture inspiration, which is also important as a creative person. You need to nurture your inspiration, people. All right? You need to nurture your inspiration. Don't say because, okay, you've been using CorelDRAW now for 15 years, or you've been using Photoshop now for 30 years, you think, okay, yes, you are good to go. No, you still need to nurture your inspiration. The way you learn how to use the application is the same way you have to nurture your inspiration. All right? The same way you learn how to use the application is the same way you're going to learn to nurture your inspiration. This business only pay the people who are very good at surprising the client. Yes. You only pay people. In fact, I know my neighbors are not watching me online. Do you know where I stay? All right, I don't go out. My studio is in my house. So most time, when they see me go out, the people in my house always go like, this guy. In fact, the former house I was staying, somebody went and told the lawyer that I don't go out. So one day I went to complain to the lawyer that, lawyer, sorry, I have a complaint. Something is happening in my household. So the lawyer was like, okay, actually this is not part of the training, but I just need to share this with you. So the lawyer was like, okay, don't worry, we'll do something to it. So the lawyer didn't do anything to my request. So I went back to the man and I was like, sir, I told you something is happening. I need you to come out. And the man looked at me and said, see, he has been waiting for a day like this to come. He has been watching me. That what do I even do for a living? I call myself a creative person and I don't go out. He's suspecting me. And the reason why he's looking at me that way is because they don't understand what we do. See, the nature of our job does not require you jumping up and down. You can stay here and you have a laptop and be making money that people who go from morning till evening are making. So the man had to face me and say, no, now what am I even doing, sir? I call myself this and that. Then he knows that because my job is not pure. Like my work is not pure. That's why I always find it easy to come to his office to come and lodge complaint. You know? So it's a good business. But this business only pays when you understand what you're doing. So the same way you learn how to use the application is the same way you learn the principles of design, is the same way you learn the element of design. It's just that we're in a country where, they don't really, take this business serious. It's a business that you have to go to school to learn. All right? It's a business that you have to go to school to learn. Do you understand? So it's a good business. So then, so how to nurture your inspiration? Take note of this. Number one, take pictures. All right? Take pictures. When I say take pictures, I'm not saying take pictures of your favorite food. All right? Don't take picture of your sister that you like the most. No. Take pictures of anything that draws your attention. Like, for example, now, the way they arrange all this chair now, I can draw inspiration from it. All right? So when you go out and you see maybe a design of a house that looks successful to you, take the picture of the house. When you get home, draw what make the design of the house look successful to you. Most time, what always make the design of a house look successful to us is because of the structure, the way the architects design the different, compartments in the house. So you can always draw inspiration from that. When you're going out, maybe you're in the bus or you're driving, you can see a billboard with a beautiful design. I do that a lot. If I show you guys my Pinterest account, you see pictures of good designs that I see somewhere, and I pin it. But nowadays, I don't even, it was before I used to do that, but I don't do it again. If I see any design that looks successful to me, what I'm just going to do is check the name of the brand, go to their social media page, I'll see the design there. Then what I'll just do is copy the design, go to my Pinterest, pin it there, and say la. Do you understand? So take pictures. It's very, very important. Don't be like every other person that, when they go out, they just relax and then do what they ask them to do. I'm still going to use another example of my teacher. That's the person that owns this place. All right? I remember when I was still with him, we always go to, he was not married then, so we always go to Buka to go and eat. Don't tell him. Don't tell him. All right. So we always go to Buka to go and eat. So anytime we go out, he's always, there's one thing I noticed that he's always doing then. He's always looking for something to take, like papers to take. And I'll go like, why is this man always taking it? My boss will never go to a place without not opening maybe if you see any magazine there or flyers. It's always if you are sharing flyers, it's always the first to grab the flyer. And I'll go like, you don't need the flyer. You're not even going to go to the event. Why did you collect the flyer from these people? It was when I left this place, I now realized what he was doing. He's always fast to get. If you share, even I'm sure till today he will still be doing it. If you are sharing flyer, my boss will be the first person to stand in front to get the flyer from you. He will stretch his hand like, even if he's driving, even if he's driving, he will tell you, give me one. I do it now. If you share flyer, I'll take it from you. And when I take flyer from most churches at times, they always say, God bless you. And I always say, amen. But they don't know what I'm trying to do. Yeah, I'm looking for what I will steal from your flyer. That's my whole goal. I'm always, if you check my tablet, let me see if I can. Those are the people online cannot see. If you check my tablet here, I have lots of magazines there. All right? Those magazines, yes, I read some of them, and some I don't. And what I'm trying to do is, I just want to see something that will brush my creativity. So creativity only comes when you understand, when you've seen something before. Your creativity comes only when you've seen something, like you are used to something. If something is new to you, trust me, you can never be creative in that thing. Go and check it. You can never be creative in. The reason why so many of you did not really get this place fast was because you've never been here before. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, take pictures. All right? Then the next is become immersed in design. All right? Get used to design. Be committed to discovering and collecting inspirational factors, which is what I shared about my boss. Take a walk. All right? That's another thing. So many of us are used to spending time working on our system. We don't always want to get up. Creatives, get up. All right? Get up. At times, pour water on your head. Just take a stroll. My boss is always doing it. When I was still with him, I remember, whenever we're working at times, he would just tell me, Tunji, let's go out. And when we go out, yeah, we always go out to eat. You understand? And then I didn't know he was, actually trying to, get himself ready for the project that he's about to work on then. So take a walk. It's very important. Then take break throughout the day, yes. Listen to music. That is another thing that always inspires inspiration, that always wake up that, that's inspiration inside of you. There are some music you're not supposed to be listening to as a creative person. Yes. There are some music you're not supposed to listen to. Some music are going to, instead of those music to lift your spirits, they make you feel depressed. Do you understand what I'm saying? Listen to more music that will lift your spirits. For me, I enjoy listening to slow songs. All right, I like slow songs, like country music. This thing I'm telling you, go and practicalize it. I'm telling you, you will see that you will thank me. Whenever you're asked to work on design projects, now after you've gotten the problem, like you've understood the problem you're asked to solve, then listen to your favorite music. I'm telling you, you will do design like, don't let me use the language, but you will enjoy the project. So listen to music is very important. Communicate regularly with other designers. That's why we have a creative group where we discuss every Friday. You have questions, you have something bothering you, discuss with a designer. All right, and that's one other advantage of you guys, coming for this, attending this event. So discuss with other designers. Then go to movie concerts. Go to movie concert, museum, or gallery opening. So I've never been to any gallery opening before. I've never been to museum before, and I don't really enjoy going for concerts because I'm not a fan of noise. But there's something I love to do. I love to watch movies. So the way I watch movies is different from the way so many of us here watch movies. Designers don't watch movies like the way ordinary people watch movies. Are we sleeping? Because I'm about to drop a bombshell here. As a designer, we don't watch movie the way every other people watch movie. We watch movie to draw inspiration. Let me tell you what I do. That's why whenever I'm asked to work on design project, and let's say I'm asked to work on a movie poster, all right, because I do movie posters. There are some movie posters you guys see out there that some of them are from me, but I don't post clients' work on my page, and I'll tell you guys why later. All right, so what I do is I study how they play with light when it comes to a particular scene. When they want to depict, now I'm not talking of Nigerian movie, I'm talking of foreign movies. Whenever they want to make you have this feeling, like they want you to feel there's something good that is about to happen, they make all the colors bright. They make it look attractive. They make it look friendly. You know, they use more of energetic colors. Whenever something bad is about to happen, they change the color. Go and start taking note of this. Now, those colors, the way they mix those colors, please mix them in your design. I'm telling you, your design will look interesting to the eye. Am I making sense? Go and check how they use color to separate their subject from the background. Now, I'm going to use this design that I did here as an example. I know so many of you notice that there's this light effect on the pencil. The light effect is not just there. All right? The light effect is not just there. There's something that the light effect is doing. So most time when you guys see stuff like this, don't think, the designer just wants you guys to have this feel. No, no, no. There's a message there. Now, the message there is this. The pen, the other pen on my hand is black, and the picture is black and white, and I have more black details on my face. If that light is not there, there's no way you will notice that there's a pencil on my hand if you look at the design from afar. So the effect of that light is to create separation between me, my face, and the element I have on my hand. And this idea came from watching of movies. So as a designer, watch movies. You will notice that the background of okay, you guys do and check this. Most time when they are doing, maybe they want to make it look like a character is in a supermarket or maybe on a busy environment, you will notice that the background will share the same color, but the color on the subject will be different. That's what they do. Your understanding of this principle will help you with understanding contrast in graphic design. Am I making sense? Please clap for me. Okay. It's okay. All right. So then, then the other part is read design and non-design books. You know, I shared my boss style with you. That he's always ready to check magazines. He's always ready to check all those things. What he's doing is brushing his creativity. All right? Yeah. So you also need to do that. Check out books, check out magazines and journals. See, I've had the opportunity to work for magazine companies, all right? And anytime I work for them, they always find it difficult to let me go. I'll tell you what I do. Whenever I'm asked to work on a project, all right, I don't wait till when I'm asked to work on the project before I, play with projects that are similar to that type of project. There's no project you ask me to work on that I won't do well, because I've already get myself used to those type of projects. There's a magazine company that I'm working for. The magazine company is in Canada. They asked me to work on the magazine for them. Actually, the company is in Nigeria, but they do the magazine. They always publish the magazine in Canada. So they have their in-house designer that normally do design for them. But if they want to now make their project look professional, they contact me. And me now, I used to charge you. So because of the way I used to charge them, they now said, okay, they can't be paying me that huge amount for magazine that they want their in-house person to be. Please, I'm going somewhere. They want their in-house person to manage the design for them. So the mistake they now made, which if you guys start your company, don't make the same mistake. They now went and gave the designer my magazine to follow my style. And when I saw the guy's design, I always laugh. You know why? Some of the things I shared with you guys today. The guy doesn't know it. What did I share with you? The use of the element of design. I don't just use those elements because I don't want to spice up the page. I use elements in my project because I'm trying to pass a message and to help the viewers. So the page where I use elements, you repeated the same page and then use the element where the element is not necessary. Am I making sense here? So your understanding of the element, how to use the element of design is very important. You know, remember I shared something with you that if Messi see Ronaldo dribbling, he will just smile and say correct. If you and I see Messi or Ronaldo dribbling, we shall wow. So if you all now understand how to use the element of design, if you see my magazine design, you will quickly know why I use a particular element in the product. Ah, no, since I used this to do this, oh, this is why this is okay. But the guy doesn't understand. And you know the funniest thing? When they now wanted to do their, they wanted to do another edition, they had to call me and ask me to do the next edition for them. I charged them like ×2. So, but the reason why it's easy for me to do that is because they did not act smart. All right? The fact that they gave the person my project to do shows that they like what I do. So if I charge them, they won't have any other choice than to give it to me. And let me tell you why they don't have any other choice. It's because my style is what they used to start the magazine. So for them to now jump to another style, it's going to be difficult. So when they now came back, I gave them another one, water. Sorry, water in Nigeria is water. What's water? You understand what I'm saying? So, but please, I'm not sharing what I'm sharing here with you guys to make you feel like I'm one big boy. No, I'm trying to make you know what is working and how you guys can also, repeat the same thing. All right? So, attend conferences like the way you guys are here. Take a different route home after work. Can you see? So I shared this before. It's not always, going through the same route when you're going home is not always best. At least take another route so you can check if you can get inspiration from, another, route. Then explore, go on vacation or spend weekend away from home, try something new, and then lastly, use the social media. Man, guys, use the social media. Social media is another opportunity for you to, brush your inspiration. If I show you guys my Instagram account, you will see lots and lots and lots of design. Now, but listen. Please discover your style first before pinning any design. When you have discovered your style, then do research on the right application. All right? To get your style done. Some of you here are guru with Corel Draw. Meanwhile, Corel Draw is not the right application for you to achieve your style of design. And that's the reason why it looks as if you guys are not creative. You see a good design, you know, this design is good, I like this design, but you are still busy using the application that you can't use to achieve the design. Am I making sense? So, use the right application, self-doing wonders. You can't, if you save a design that your CorelDRAW cannot achieve, I'm telling you, that design will just remain there forever. All right? Okay. So, then let's talk about the design process. Design is a process of discovery. It is a journey that reviews communication through distinct stages, which include research, which I'm going to break this down for you guys now. Now, the process of design: research, information gathering, brainstorming, conceptualization, experimentation, and development, and execution. All right? So no matter how large or small the project is, please, this process is very, 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 very important. All right? This process is very, very important. All right? I want us to do something together. I need a volunteer. I need 2 volunteers, please. Sorry, I'm out of that. I need 2 volunteers. I want us to practicalize something. 2 volunteers. Thank you. Can you please step forward? Please help me appreciate them for stepping forward. All right. So, sorry, madam, where's the other lady, please? Okay. Is my voice getting to that place? Are you sure? All right. So, I need one person to. Okay, who's going to do that? I need, please, you. Oh, let's do this. I don't want you guys to go. Okay, take this marker. All right. And how do I do it? Okay, take this marker. All right. And I want you to help me draw two boxes. Two boxes on the board. And after the board, write distinct. Yes, no, I'll spell it. Distinct. It's a logo design. So draw two boxes and write distinct next to it on the board. Two boxes. Good. And distinct. D-I, yeah, under, yeah, D-I-S-T, yeah. Thank you. All right, please help me clap for him. Correct. Now, this is a logo. All right, please, I'm going somewhere. This is a logo design, all right? So I asked him to draw two boxes and write distinct, which is the name of the brand. Now, this is another designer, and you're going to draw the same box. All right? Now, you, I'm going to talk to you like you're questioning me now, all right? So you're going to question me about why. So you ask me why. Can you get the other microphone, please? So you just ask me why, just the why, that's just what I need. And then I'll give you the microphone, and then you tell me why. Hold this. All right? Your own logo will be at the bottom here, all right? Good. So you ask me why. So I need you to do me a logo now. You ask me why. Why do I need a logo? Good. So my brand is into, we make body lotion, all right? And, you know, we have so many competitors that do the same thing we do. So because of that, we want to make people know that we have what it takes to, you know, to show that we are different from other brands. All right, so we need a logo that depicts two boxes. Do you understand? But those two boxes, we want to achieve contrast with them. All right, we want to achieve contrast with the two boxes so as to depict that difference, like, okay, we're different from every other brand. So please, can you come up with a logo for us and just, with two boxes, just two boxes. Now, you don't need to stress yourself, just do whatever comes to your mind. But what we just want to achieve is difference. All right, because the word distinct simply means different. So just come up with two boxes, all right, and depict the difference.
Okay.
Just play. You don't need to do anything extraordinary. I just want to prove a point here.
Okay. So,
two boxes. States. All right. Please let me clap for him, please. All right. No. You are still here. Let me have my. All right. So can you please tell us why did you decide to? Because I noticed this box. I don't know if the live stream people can see it. So I noticed. So he drew two boxes. There's the perfect square, and then we have the round corner square there. All right, so can you tell us why did you decide to have a round corner and
Okay, so I chose rounded corners because I perceive them to communicate, what's the word? Um, Calmness, ease, rather than straight and firmness that comes with straight edges. So when I use rounded corners, it communicate this calmness, like ease for what the brand.
okay,
Yeah.
beautiful. So but there's this thing I want, I remember I said that I want us to depict difference here.
Yeah.
All right, so is there any difference? Is there any like difference on the two illustration that you drew there?
Basically, the difference in the shape. One of them has a rounded corner, the other doesn't.
Please help me appreciate him one more time. Thank you so much. All right, so now you can go. Thank you. So the point here is this: the reason why it was easy for him to draw two boxes with two rounded corners is because he has the full details about the problem. He doesn't have. Now you see where we normally make mistake now. So when we don't ask the right question, there's no way we'll be able to know what we do. You know, I didn't tell him the type of I didn't tell him the type of box to draw, right? I did not. I only told him that we're all trying to depict difference. And he was able to do something that passes the message here. So why I'm sharing this with you guys is this. You see, your lack of not asking question is what mostly affects your not knowing what to do. Design is easy, all right? Design is very, very easy, but what you need to do is to know what you're asked to do and do what you believe is best for the project, all right? So I have a message here that says, a series of questions which can be tailored to address individual projects provides a starting point to begin the project brief. So we have the part one, the design problem, all right? What is the problem? All right, now, these are the questions you need to ask your client. What is the problem? Remember when I was going to break down what I wanted him to do, I said, we have people who are into the same thing that we do, but we want to depict difference here. All right, so I asked him to draw two boxes. So the problem in the creating of this logo here is to achieve difference. Then the other thing is, what type of project is needed? Is it a logo design? Is it an annual report? Is it a brochure? Is it a poster? Those are the things you need to ask your client. Then what is the function and purpose of the design? All right, what is the design going to do? Is it to educate people about the product, or is it to make people see the difference between the product and the other brand, or is it to, all right? Okay, so you need to ask that. And then the next thing is, what are the client's objectives, like goals for this design? Now, please, if you are designing if a client contacts you to work on a project, please, these are the questions you must ask them. This is what is going to inspire the project. All right? It's what's going to inspire the project. If you make all this available in the project, they will surely approve it. I'm using my hand to hit my chest on this for you. All right? It's something I've tested, and it has been working for me. Okay? So, what is the client objective or the goals for the design? What is the primary message the client wants to communicate? Another good question there. What are you trying to communicate? Now, this communication part, the goal part, the purpose part, you find out that at times clients always repeat the same thing on that side. Now, when they repeat the same thing, that means they are telling you that, hey, if this thing we are repeating did not appear in this project, we will not approve it. Are we clear? All right. So, what consideration must be made to meet the need of the client and the viewer? All right. So, what are the things that we need to meet their needs? At times, it can be the use of images, all right, or use of illustration to depict the effect of the product. Or even if it's a party poster, you still need to get this. Still need to use this. Do you understand? Because there are some parties that they will tell you that, okay, when you come, there's this game we are playing at this event that we believe that is also part of what people always like to get involved in. Please make that thing appear in the design. In fact, they've given you the illustration already. So when they see, they go, this guy is sabi. No, this guy is sabi in my country is, this guy is good. I tried not to use all this pidgin slang here, but sorry. So yeah, then are there any limitation or restriction? Meaning, are there things we need to avoid? Some clients who have what their competitors, like their competitors are always doing. Like there's this company that I was one that did their branding for them. They are into making of bottled water. And the owner of the company was telling me that he's used to seeing people use water effect on their label, that he doesn't want something like that to reflect on his label. So those are the restrictions. You need to ask that, because if you go and use it, they will reject it. Am I making sense? So ask them, are there anything we need to avoid? They will say, yes. Now you see why it's difficult for AI to take your space. Because if you prompt AI will not understand and avoid it. AI will still give you something closer because it's bottled water. Am I making sense? So if you can avoid this, I'm telling you, just make sure you don't use anything the client doesn't want to see in the design. That's why you see some designs today, they don't look successful to you, and you see that they say they paid the person good money. The person answered their request. And if you can meet the answering of your client's request, they will pay you. Okay. All right, so what is the budget? This is another very important question. So there are times when some clients will say, we want to print this project, but we are looking at, because of the large quantity we want to print, we don't want it to have too many colors. The higher the number of colors, the more the cost of printing. So we don't want to have too many colors. So your job as a designer, remember we are problem solver now. Your job as a designer is to limit the use of color. You can even do this my concept here, and they will approve it. Because when you guys saw this design, I'm sure so many of you did not even notice that we didn't use too many color on it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So those are the things you need to also check. And most of all these things I have here are things you can ask AI. How do you limit the use of color content in a design project to save cost of production? You see, AI will tell you, don't do this, don't do this, do this. Now you see that AI is here to help us. So whenever you have anything that looks difficult to you in any project, even if you are looking for the right illustration now to use in any design, I do that too. If I want to do any design project for you now and I want to surprise you, I just go to AI. What is the best illustration to depict blah, blah, blah? AI will give you a list of, oh my God, you guys are dulling yourself. You do something. If you think AI is here to take your space, it's a lie. AI is here to help you. I'm telling you. And you know the funniest thing? We are going to be the one to really make money in design where AI is concerned. I'm telling you. Don't let anybody scare you. If you have any problem with any design project, just go and check AI. AI will give you the right illustration. But what you now need to do, which is where the inspiration now comes in, is go and look for a design that you notice that the color used on that design is sweet in your eye. Then apply it with the result that you got from AI. They will approve it. Then use this also. Remember to use this. There are some clients that will tell you, I'm not a fan of yellow. Don't use yellow. Clients say don't use yellow. And they now reject the design. You are now calling them, you are now telling them that, who do you think you are? You are too proud. No, it's true now. It's like somebody whose car broke down. Instead of you to go and get a mechanic, you are now there standing in front of the car and telling the car, stupid car, you will not move. Both of you will sleep there. So go and do what you are supposed to, get a mechanic. The client said don't use yellow, you use yellow. Anyway, that's for that. Then let's get to the next the part 2, which is the client and designer relationship. See, guys, this other part 2 is very important. I've given you your role, which is the question you're supposed to ask. This one, you don't need to ask. This one is your action. All right? This one is what? Your action. Don't work on any project without getting your clients involved. In fact, make them feel like they are part of the project, that they will be very happy. Am I making sense? Make them feel like, they are the one doing the work. They will call you again. They will even refer you to other people. Don't be too proud. It's even because of your being too proud. That's why they are replacing you. It's like one guy that contacted me one day. He's my very good friend. And he called me and said, Caesar, please, you know what's going to happen now? I want you to teach me how to use Cinema 4D, because I use Cinema 4D too. And please, guys, don't be a local champion with one application. Use other. Learn not to use other applications. The nature of our job is to surprise the audience. Always surprise your clients, surprise your audience. When you're good at doing that, they will refer you. So the guy normally see my designs and he said, Caesar, I want to hurt my boss. Hurt your boss? With design? What did he do? I thought he wanted to do a design, and because he was really angry. I thought he wanted to do a design and put his boss face there and say, bad boss. And then he said, I know what they did to him. I said, what did they do? He said, he has been working for the company now for 5 years. In my mind, I was like, you are working for the same company for 5 years? He's working as a in-house person. And he said the company just suddenly brought one small young boy. And the guy, his boss doesn't used to have time for him again. His attention is fully on that guy. And I said, so what do you want me to do? How do I want to hurt him? He said he wants to learn Cinema 4D so that he can pay him back. I said, pay him back? How? He said, if he knows how to use Cinema 4D, then he will ask me to do a design. They will now use Cinema 4D to do the design. I'm telling you guys, true story. That he now do the design, and now if the boss now approve the design, then he will tell the boss, I'm not working again. I said, Baba, okay, that's not how it works. You can't say because you learn Cinema 4D now, you are now, even the Cinema 4D you want to learn, if you are not really using it for the function of the project, your boss will still be hailing that small boy. Now, I'm not sharing this story here for you guys to laugh. I'm sharing this for you to know that we're in a competitive world. If you are not always putting your best or doing the unexpected or not focusing on the purpose of the design, the way that guy was replaced, your own is not going to be somebody who AI is coming for you. I'm telling you. If you are those type of designer that they're always pushing you to do something, that your boss will be the one to say, okay, move this one here, change this one here. I'm telling you, here is coming for you. You know, there's another story I would like to share before I get to the part 2. So there's this woman. It's like just like my pastor here. And she contacted me and she said that she told her boss about me. And the boss said, okay, let's try this guy. Now say, Caesar, please don't disappoint me, this and that. I said, disappoint. God will help me to do what you guys will like. She now said, no, I trust you. I've seen your designs. I know how good you are. This and that, blah, blah, blah. I said, no problem. So how much will it cost us to pay? How much will you charge us for the design? And normally, I give them my bill. And she's like, is it not for ordinary design? And I said, there's somebody doing it for us before. But my boss said he's tired of the person's design. That's why we're coming to you. So if you do us well, we'll continue patronizing you. So I told her, I said, and see, that's if you do us well, you will come back. Me, I don't fall for it though. If I do you well and I charge you high, you will come back. No, yes, that's my own thinking. So, but I messed up that day. I'll say the truth. I messed up. So I said, okay, how much are you guys looking at? She said, the highest amount we used to pay our designer is, I don't want to call the figure because I was like, no, me. I passed that level. So she now said, but my boss will not want to pay that amount. Okay, you know what I would do? Please, let me add so amount to my boss money. Then we'll do it. I said, okay, send the design. So she sent the design. Then normally what I do is, which is also part of what I would advise everyone of you to always do. When a client sends you a design to work on, please ask them, please write this one down. I didn't put this on my list. Ask them, do you have designs that you've seen somewhere that you like? Don't forget to always ask that question. They will send you the design that they've seen somewhere that they like. Now, the idea is not for you to copy that design. It's just for you to know their taste. Now, the first question I dropped here is important, but this other one too is important. Because what we are trying to do is, let's just use them as a car. All right, you know, a Honda mechanic is he or she is going to find it difficult to work on a Lamborghini car. If any mechanic who is into Honda, like the one that destroyed my brother's car, that was saying, haha, he said, my brother said, what car do you do? He said, I do Toyota. My brother said, my car is Kia. The guy said, haha, I do Kia too now. I do car. He was laughing like Elon Musk. This guy destroyed my brother's car. Do you understand what I'm saying? So let's see clients like cars that you're trying to understand their function, how they move. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you need to fully understand their tastes so that you will not just go and be wasting your time. And if any client should say, I trust you, just do your thing. Don't just do your thing, no. Don't do your thing, no. Make sure you ask. They must have design that they like. Because for them to contact you, that means they've seen design somewhere. Please do this thing I'm telling you. Else you waste your time. And you see yourself finding design so fun. I'm telling you. No, think about it. Somebody give you a design that, I've seen the design, I like this design. What I like about the design is because you can easily see the title. The person has given you the secrets of what to do. Make the title visible. I like the color. Are you gawking yourself, people? Well, so the woman now said, so we have, so this is the design that our former designer did. When I saw the design, I was like, see design. Wow. I can't do this type of design. Was so ugly. Design was so busy. So I was like, no, yeah, no. So when I said I was happy, I said, that's another thing I want you guys to also be careful of. So I took the design. They sent me their brief. I did my version. Did all the, the stuff I taught you guys about using rules to control the eye. Make it simple, clean, and nice. And I sent it to them with a very peace of mind type of mood, with a smiling face, I've collected the 50%. Then I was waiting for them to approve the design so I can get the 50% that is remaining and go my way. And only for me to hear her say, what is this? I was like, what is this? No, in my mind, I was like, I thought, there are different types of what is this. There's the what is this, that this is beautiful. And there's the what is this, or like, who are you? And I was like, what is this? He said, my boss is angry with you. I said, your boss angry? For what? Now listen. The next thing I just heard I said was, my boss is into design now. He can even do better than this. He used to do design very well. Don't work for people like them. The next thing I said? I didn't even think about the time I spent on the design. I just said, please, ma, can you send me your account number? He said, what do you want to do with it? I said, I want to refund. He said, no now, are you now upset? No, I'm not upset. Oh. She said, why? I said, I don't like working for my Oga. He said, no, what do you mean? Seriously. I said, no, I will not do the design again. No. She said, no, I'm so sorry. At times I used to talk anyhow. I don't know why I used to sound like that. Please do it for us. I said, never, I will not do it. I didn't do the design. No. She sent me her account number. I forwarded the money back. Yes, I do that a lot. I forwarded the money back. And let me tell you why I forwarded the money back. When you are working for somebody that knows too much, please leave those people. If you work for a company and the boss is always sitting behind you and say, me that I've been doing design for 15 years. You went to do start. We will move this in like this. Put this one here. Correct. Raise this one up. Put it down. Is this not it? They will hold you salary. I'm telling you. They will owe you salary. One day they will just come and say, what? Cool down now. Are we not doing design together? Is it not me that is always, man, in this, I'll pay you your money. They will not value you. So I forwarded the money back because I know that they will use their own selfish interest to affect the other people I'm working. And the funniest thing, the money I even bill them is not my actual amount. I just wanted to do it because that's another mistake we used to make. I always say because it's my cousin, it's your friend. Don't do it. Don't do it. if any client contact me and say, we want to do a design, this is the one we did before. Actually, I'm not impressed with it. I'm the one. Don't go and mistakenly say I'm the one that instructs. What I just hear, I instructed the person to do it this way, but I'm still not feeling it. They will not feel your own. Am I making sense? So if you are here listening to me or you're watching me live and you're working for any organization that they are the one pushing you to do some things, like, okay, put the head here, turn the leg here, open the laps, close it. No. That's a sign that you'll be replaced anytime soon. Do you understand what I'm saying? All right. So let's continue. So there's the part of getting your client involved whenever you're working on design project. So what are the responsibilities? So you need to first draw out the responsibility of the client. It's very important. There's the part of drawing out what you need from the client. It's not everything that needs to come from you. If you ask me to work on any design project, I always ask my client, are you providing the picture? Are you providing picture for the project? Some of them will say, because let me tell you one thing about clients at times. They don't know what they want. They don't know what they want. So your job as a designer is to help them to discover. That's why you are the designer. To discover what they need. So when I ask them, do you have any image that you plan to use in the project? You know, they say, actually, we have. But I don't know if the image will work, but we would have loved to see our image in the project. Please ask them to send it. Are we together? I have a client that if you do a church flyer for him, if the picture there is not his church member, he will dislike the design. He will tell you, who are these people? I don't know them. They are not my church member. So please, get them involved. It's very important. Then, what are the responsibilities of the designer? So you also need to know your own responsibility, which is the first thing I mentioned, the part one where what are the restrictions and all those things. So what is the level of client involvement, which is still almost the same as the knowing the responsibility. So like the pictures, the brief, the information in the project, also the part of knowing the client taste. All right, you need to put the client taste in the project. And so then the next is, what stages of the design process will the client be directly involved? So you need to also know that too. So most time, the part where the client is, you need to get the client involved, is to know what are the type of designs that the client like. Are we together? You need to know the type of design that the client, I don't go and be doing like one superhero. There's no superhero in graphic design, no. Those of you that used to think when they give you design, I know how to do design. But the reason why I'm still getting more clients today, why people are referring me to other people today, is because when they want to tell me about when they want to tell them about me, they always say, that guy understand how to solve problem. And why they think I know how to solve problem is because I don't joke with this. I try my best to fully understand what they want. That's why you will never see their design on my page. We're making sense. Because their taste is not my taste. My own job is to just satisfy them. When I satisfy them, if you see some designs, if I tell you I did the design, you say, but no be you now. And if you see some design, you say, Caesar, it's not you. And if I tell you it's me now, you'll be arguing with me with what I see. Even if I show you myself, see, then you say, it's not you, it's me. Are we making sense here? So, please, do that. So what are the important dates, such as presentation and delivery? Also, make sure you ask the client, when is the delivery date? Because clients always like it when your yes is your yes, your no is your no. When you tell them you are getting this design in 3 days' time and you don't fail. All right? When you say, because really, part of what's going to put money in your pocket is when you're a professional. When you say, this is the time I'm going to deliver, and they say that, yes, that time you did not miss it. So always ask them, when is the delivery date? If the delivery date is okay by you, then proceed. But if it's not, design is not something you rush. Or those of you that used to do like Power Rangers with design, Don't go and be, no, not even flash. Those of you that used to do like flash, all right, with design, please take it easy, all right? Then the next one is what is the best method of communication? All right, know the best method of communication. Ask them where they mostly find it easy to see your response. Is it through WhatsApp? Is it through email? All right, yeah. Or where do they normally get reply you, where they can always get back to you on time? Is it through phone calls? So get that too. Write that down somewhere so you can ask them. All right, yes. Then so I have another, I have so many stories. I've been in this business now for years. So there's this, my client in the United States. This happened recently. All right. So he saw my design on Instagram, which is another thing I want to help tell you guys. See, we have this. There's this thing I noticed about we people. All right. We judge people by what we see. Yeah. I'm going somewhere. We judge people by what we see. So many designers always cry that they don't have clients. And I go like, you don't have clients. Why? Why? To have clients in this business is, yeah, it can be a bit difficult, but it's not difficult. The reason why so many of us don't have clients is because we are too busy focusing on ourselves instead of focusing on helping other people. We are waiting for when somebody will call us to give us job to do before we make everybody know that yes, we're into design. And that's not good. Don't do that. If you want to make money in this business, you have to do what people who make money in the business do. What do? They shout. They put their self out there. You don't, in fact, that's why I said I don't post. If you check my page, you'll never see client work. The only client work you see on my page, which is not really client, is my church project. And the reason is because the person that you mostly see is design on my page. You mostly see that is my pastor's face you see on my page. You know why? Because we are both the same type of person. He likes action film. he likes movie poster style of design. You understand? So if I do any design, I will say, this thing is not looking like movie poster. I say, hey, sir, what do you think about this one? You say, hey, I like this one post. So he's my they've tackled him, say all sorts of things, because I'm a very disciplined person when it comes to design. No, if I tell you, I don't want to do this design, there's nothing you will do. I will not do it though. Because I always check the people, the gathering of the people I want to work for before I work for them. I don't just work for anybody. I don't know if you guys are getting what I'm saying. I don't work for anybody. In my church, they have this association of, they call them Idea Hub. What they do is to handle the church design. I don't work for them. You know why? They don't know design. Go and work for somebody that don't know design. They will not be telling you what to do. That man's hair, there's one gray hair there. We don't want gray hair, man. The lady you use, her smile looks as if one teeth has removed. No, I don't. So they reported me to my man of God. And the man said, Mba, this one is not going anywhere. My pastor likes action film poster. I'm an action film type of person. So we are action film ourselves. So the man said, never. This one will not go. I will use him. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, how did I get that? So, put yourself out there. It's very important. Most of the people I work for today, most of my clients, they saw designs that nobody asked me to do. Most of those designs you see on my Instagram page, they are nobody's designer. These are fictional projects. But I didn't put that there. I didn't put those designs there to make you all feel, Caesar is good. No! They are marketing strategies. Trust me. And I'm getting calls. I'm really getting calls. And let me give you one good advantage of doing this. It helps your creativity because the people who are going to contact you to give you design project to do are people who like those things you put there. So whenever they contact me, I'm always laughing. The day I don't want to call figure. The day I charge, no, don't let me call. No, don't let me call figure. The day, no, I won't. The day I got paid, the day I receive a lot of so amounts, that will take me, no, I'm not joking, that it will take me 6 to 7 design to get that money. The day they pay me once for that project, that was when my life changed. So there's money in this business. And let me tell you, you see those foreign people, in their country, what they do is they pay per hour, or pay per minute, I don't know what they do. Per hour, here we don't do per hour. So when they now hear you say, you just pay this amount once, and you get your design, they go, And then they send the money to test. They now send the money. If you now do the design, they go, they are saving money. Meanwhile, you are making money. You know how much $1 costs? Do you understand what I'm saying? So, and that's why if you contact me here, I will respond though, and I'll give you my figure. Just when I give people my figure, the person has been asking me, how are you? I like what you are doing. I like your page. Your page is nice. And we are both asking how you doing. You are fine. I like your DP. You like my DP. Once I just throw my money, bang, everything was a wham. So most time when I send them my bill, I always delete that conversation because I know they will never respond. I know. Once I say, And one thing I always say to them is, if you want something good, you have to pay for it. And another thing is this. You can also charge people the same amount. The reason why you're not charging people the same amount is because you believe you are not up to that level. Once you just change your mind that this is what I want to be charging people, I'm telling you, people that will pay will come. Do you know that some people don't pay because you are cheap? I've shared this story with my WhatsApp people before. There was a company that contacted me I think 15 or 18 years ago. They said they wanted to design websites. That one was not even graphic design, it was websites. And they said, how much do I charge by website? Then it was 10,000 naira, 10,000 naira. And the person who was in charge said, no, we are not looking for somebody like you. And I was like, what like me? So who are you looking for? I can design a website too. The man said, we are not looking for somebody like you. So the person that introduced me to the company now called me and said, I told them about you, that you are very good now. And they told me that you are not suitable for the project. I said, that's what the man said. They said, what did you tell him? I said, I gave him my bill. He said, how much did I call? I said, remember the company. The company is into aluminum. They are Tinkan. Alumaco, that's their name. You know Alumaco? The lady now said, so how much did you tell my boss? I said, I told him 10,000. He said, yeah. She was like, why did you give them 10,000 naira? I said, why? How much am I supposed to? He said, at least you're supposed to give them and then, how many years? Like 15 or 16 years old. So you're supposed to give them like 500,000. 500 what? 500,000. Thank God I didn't even build them. They didn't give me the contract. Because then if you give me 500,000 naira for just a website, you will not get the job. Because I would think 500,000, I'm supposed to put gold, put diamond, put anything putable in the. I'm not joking. I won't deliver it. I can 10,000 and 500 for when 500 to 10,000 naira. It's far now. I will not deliver it. So I'm happy they didn't give me. Because even when you go, I was talking. 500. He said yes. Now I actually put it so that they can make money. I say, why did you tell me? She said, how much you normally do website before? I said 10,000 naira. I said 10,000 naira. God. And that was how I lose that contract. To now shock you guys. Then I gave somebody the website. I went to check what the person did. I'm telling you, I can do the same thing the person did. I'm telling you the truth. It's not like the website it's not an e-commerce website. It's just for people to read about them on the internet, period. I said, And ever since then, you come in to work on any project for you, I'll first give you big amount of money first. Then we'll now start negotiating. You will not discover that by the time we now finish negotiating, the money you are going to give me will still be okay for me. Till today is what I'm using, and it's working for me. So many of us are where we are today as a result of our low way of seeing ourselves. All right, so the part 3. So we've talked about we, the designer, our job, which is the problem of the design. The part 2 is the client, your relationship with the client. I'm done with that. Now let's go straight to the viewers, which is also very important. All right, because these are the 3 people that always make design projects possible. So the first thing on the viewer part is toward whom is the project is directed. You need to know who exactly we are doing the project for. All right, is the design for young people? Is the design for old people? Is the design for people on the street? Is the design to donate funds? All right, because the type of images you use for each of these people, and that's why AI is also important. AI, please don't even use. If you use please, it will respond. Whether you use please or you don't use please, AI will still respond. It will still respond. What is the best illustration, or what is the best element? What is the best graphic design element to use for projects like AI will give you? So know your viewers first, which you need to ask the clients. Clients, who are our focus? Who are the people we are trying to capture? Then they will say, we're looking at people between so age and so age. Don't tell them you are going to AI. Just, swallow it and say, okay, no, voila. Then go to AI. We have these people who are focusing on capturing this age group. What type of character, font, images, color, size, style that we can use to capture? AI will give you. AI will give, I'm telling you. So take note of that. Then the other thing is, what are the characteristics of the viewers? Like these are the things you also need to put in your search. What are the style? How do they normally, like what type of style what type of style can I put in the design that will capture their, their view? Then you see AI will give you, okay, they always like to see this. They like when I was trying to do my when I was trying to see how I can capture the attention of the people in the United States, I had to go to AI that when is the best time that they always check their social media. And AI gave me the right time that most of the different states always use the internet. And it has been working for me. So I believe it can also work for you guys too. So what makes the viewer unique? All right, what makes them different? Then you see AI giving you what makes them different. Then how will the viewer interact with the design? You also need to put that there. What are the needs of the end user? All right, those are the things that you need to check before working on the project. All right, then these are the essential of the client-designer relationship. All right, these are things you need to put in your mind whenever you are approaching any client. First, respect them. All right, be very, very humble. Number 2 is be open communication, like talk to them. All right, take your time to understand their need. Shared vision, trust. All right, make your yes be yes, your no be no. Then also, I'm going off the camera, sorry. Creative interaction, collaboration, and then collaboration. So you collaborate with them. All right, then we now get to the research. Now, after getting the, the brief from the client, you've gotten the question and everything, then you now need to go and do your research. All right, so research and information gathering is the second stage of the design process. It begins with a thorough review of all materials provided by the client. So I don't need to say too much on this. You know what to do when you've gotten all the elements or the information that you need from them. All right, so you need to go and check, okay, this is the design that the client sent to me that they say they like, and then you now check what is it that make the design look interesting to them. You write it down. That's why you need to have a notepad. You write that down, and also the type of images they say they like. Try get those type of images to to achieve the project. All right. Then gain an understanding of the topic, which is very important. First, understand the problem, the topic, the problem you have to solve. Read, evaluate, and understand all provided materials. Independently research additional information. Review the client's current communication materials. Investigate competitive markets. So understand what they have, check their current design, see what is missing and what you think you can do to help them. Now, these are the things that I believe if you do them right, trust me, you'll see yourself excelling as a designer. All these things are not difficult. Don't think because I'm spending hours talking about them now, you think, when am I going to start from? By the time I share the brief with you guys now, or you watch this video again, you see that it's very, very easy to do. It's not hard. I'm telling you, it's not hard at all. If you want to increase your pay, or you want to start making, now, please, the fact I'm saying increase your pay does not mean I'm saying focus on the money. Don't focus on the money. Focus on the problem and help your client to solve it. If you're good at solving problems, I'm telling you, you will make money. All right? So then we now get to the brainstorming part, which is the part where you now need to now start thinking of how you're going to put everything together. Brainstorming is an expressive problem-solving activity that provides activity that promotes the idea generation, helps the designer think about the work through complicated design problems. All right, so this is where you now need to now start thinking, okay, the reason why the previous design is not working is because they did not really project the, I do that a lot. When I check their previous publicity designs, I say, okay, the reason why this is not working, they didn't do this well, oh, okay, this one did not, the client mentioned this and it's not in this, their old design. So you now need to see how you can make everything visible in the project. So practice free writing. As a designer, you need to have a notepad where you can write down the things that you notice that that need to be available in the project. Then create mind maps, which is also important. So many of us don't do this. Mind map simply means drawing how the project is going to get to the end user. All right? So, but when you are drawing your mind map, see, please, I need something to clean this board. When you are drawing your mind map, this is how you are going to draw your mind map. It's very important. What I'm sharing here is something that is very, very important. That mind map thing, do it. A designer is not a lazy person. Now, don't think what I'm talking about, what I'm sharing with you guys here now is only for poster design. No, it goes with all aspects of design, logo design, brochure, report, and everything. Do you understand? So this is how graphic design is. We have, I don't know if my board is clear on that screen. So we have 3 circles here. We have the designer, we have the clients, and we have the viewers. All right? So the designer's job, I've shared it with you, all the things you need to get from the clients. All right? Now, you now need to do what the clients want to see in the design. But when you are doing this, always have these people in mind. When you're trying to satisfy the client, please have these people in mind, because you know why? The client is not as important as the viewers. The client is important, but it's not as important as the viewers. If you can do a design or create a project that make these people come to this person will keep coming back to you. Am I making sense? So when you're working on design projects, draw like a map, all right? This is the client now. These are the things, you now draw all the things that the client mentioned that he or she wants to see in the design. Then the viewers. So the viewers part, I've shared that with you. Then you will now draw, okay, this is the age of the viewers. They like to see this, which is where I said you should go and do your research on AI. So they always like this type of color. They always like this type of font. Their image should look like this. It's a party poster. Okay, so this type of party poster should have this type of elements in it. So these are the things that you will now put together. All the things you put here, they will now reflect in the project. Am I making sense here? All right? So the client first, mention all the things that the client requests here and make sure those things reflect. Then the other thing that you now know that the other thing that you now got from AI that explain what captured the attention of those viewers, you will now merge it together with what the client mentioned. then you now use it to achieve the project. Hi. Why is everywhere so silent? If you are clear with my explanation, can I hear you say, oh yeah? Correct. And okay, sorry. If you are not clear, say no. Hallelujah. Nobody say no. All right. So I'm trying to be fast because I don't want them to sleep here. All right. So that's for the brainstorming part. Then the conceptualization part. The concept is the thematic link between the designer, its function and delivery of the message to the viewer. It is imperative to the success of the design. So this always comes, the concept part comes after this. So the concept part is where you now put all the things you put here in the design. All right, that's the part where you now need to now draw how the design will go. Like the way so much, I need to clean this thing. Thank you. So like the way, so this is the part where you now see when you go to Pinterest and you type design layout. This is where you normally see people do, I don't know if so many of you have seen where they do this on the internet, where they draw something like a box and then they now do box here, put box here, put box. So here is where you now start putting all this, okay, this will come here. This one will come here. This one will come here. Now, the fact that you drew this does not mean this is what it will now end to. Do you understand? This is just to help you or to wake up that creativity inside of you. So by the time you have this in mind and you get to your system, I'm telling you, you will perform wonders. In fact, you'll be working on the project with your leg on your table, and then your keyboard, that's if you have a wireless keyboard. Your keyboard will be on the floor and your leg will be on the ground. You'll be moving things around. And let me tell you, when you work that way, that's where creativity comes in. Because you fully understood you're so clear and fully happy with what the project needs to do. Am I making sense? All right. So, yeah. So the design must be accessible. Very important. So when you are drawing your concept, please have this in mind that the design must be accessible. When I say accessible, use shape where you need to use shape. Use bold type when you need to use bold type. Use high contrast color where you need to use a high contrast color. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's the idea behind drawing this. That I don't want the project to look too heavy, then I'll use a color to call people's attention to this information, or I'll use an arrow to point people direction to look at this information. I don't know if what I'm saying is clear here. All right, good. Then we'll now get to the experimentation and development. All right, so this stage opens the mind of the designer and pushes his or her visual skills. So here we have point number 1, do multiple studies exploring colors, composition, and typography. All right, so the experimentation part is where you will now be checking, okay, is this font suitable or easy to read? And that's another thing. There are some fonts that you are not supposed to use in your design. Or even if you're going to play with a font, you need to check, okay, is the font clear? Is it easy to read? Is this color suitable for this type of project? But for the color part, like I said, it's always best to ask your client, and also you can use AI to get the right inspiration for the color. Then step away from the computer. That's most time when you're doing this, you may feel tired. Get up, walk around, take a stroll, then go back to your computer when your body is fully relaxed. Develop several treatments for illustration or photography. So yeah, get different images for the project. Then sequence the textual and visual content in numerous ways. All right, so play with how you want people to access the information in the project, what you want them to see first, which is very important. We always make this mistake. When we ask to work on design projects, just boom, go to our system. Don't do that. Draw what you want. That's why we always have this conceptualization part. Draw what you want them to see first. I explained something previously about the 3 most important principle of designs that you must make available in your project. Number 1, what you want to make your focal point. Draw that when you are drawing the layout. Number 2, how you want the focal point to contrast your background. Because if your background is hiding the focal point. Trust me, that's not focal point. The focal point is not there again. Then the hierarchy. All right, the first thing you want them to see, the second, the third, and last. And I said, part of how you can make hierarchy work best in your project is to give room for proximity, which is the grouping of the content in the design. All right, so please always make this, available in your project. Then try anything different or new. So any idea that comes to your mind, don't say, this one is not necessary. So many of us always make that mistake, like, if I draw this, it won't look fine. No, still draw it. It's possible that thing that doesn't look fine is what they will finally approve. I've worked on so many projects that the one that the I don't like is the one the client now later approve. The one I spent just, let's say, 2 minutes, no, let me say 2 minutes, like 5 or 10 minutes. I already have all the elements, so let me just do and send it to the client. And to my great surprise, the client will just say, I approve this one. Do you understand what I'm saying? So don't say that idea is not okay. Then you will now, in fact, it's always good to send options, because when you send options, you give the client the, what's it called? You give the client the opportunity to pick their choice. Do you understand what I'm saying? So make that also happen. Then introduce graphic design shapes and linear elements. All right? So please, always use the right graphic design elements. It's very important. I've explained this to you, that the work of the elements is to, what they do. They are the tools. So what they do is to help inform the viewers right. And that's why you need to go and read about all the elements of design, their meaning, so that when you're working on design project, you know, okay, this one is what I'm going to use for this. So as to help make that scene. Yeah, I'll use the word scene, because when you're putting together the elements, you're actually creating a scene. The way we see how they achieve movie scenes. So when you're putting together the elements, you're actually creating a scene. Do you understand? So you use the right element for the project. Then work by hand. Now, so many of us don't learn to work, we don't do analog design before we do the digital design. Analog is always the best way to work on design projects, because our brain and our hand, they work best than before inviting any third party to come and join. So always learn to work with your hand and your brain. Take time to draw the layout on a paper before you get to your system. Am I making sense here? Always work with a notepad. Draw your idea, your concept on a notepad before you get to your system. It's not difficult, all right? Then pass the studies to another designer. So when you work on any design project and you think there's a designer you can share your design with, please share it with the designer. But make sure it's somebody who understands design, or not somebody who's also looking for help. Because if you can't give somebody who doesn't understand, that will destroy design for you. Both of you will now be looking at yourself like, you see what you have caused. That's why I don't like showing you something. All right, so execution. At this point in the design process, the concept has been finalized, and experimentation has resulted in diverse set of explanatory studies. So the last part is execution, which is the part of the arranging of the stuff, the elements on your computer, and then you now send it to the client. There's a story I wanted to share that I didn't complete, that I forgot, which is the client that asked me to work on a project recently. I just remembered I didn't share this. I didn't complete the story. He asked me, this happened recently. So he said he wants me to do a design for him. He saw my design on the internet. I think that was when I was talking about you guys shouting yourself. So he said that he likes what I'm doing, he likes my job, and he wants me to handle his next concert project. So I told him, what do you have at the moment? Which is very important. These are how I ask questions. And I've given you guys that. And please, watch this video again. I'm telling you, if you watch this video again, you will see that you will call me and thank me. Because there are some things that I share that sound very light, that by the time you go back and watch, you say, So watch it again. Now, so the client now said, I like what you do, so I want to design a concert poster and blah, blah, blah. So I asked him a normal question. Do you have pictures you want to use for the concert? He said, yes, I have pictures, but I don't like them. And that's where the problem now started. Say you don't like them. Do you have another picture? When I don't have, but those are the ones I want to use, but I don't like them. And I said, okay, so let me help you. You want me to design a, because some of you won't know that the client doesn't like the picture. You just send you the picture and ask you to go and do design. And by the time you now do the design, the client will now start saying, I'm not feeling it. You now go, why is he not feeling it now? He doesn't like his picture. See, let me tell you something. We have so many people with funny way of, behaving. So you need to make sure that before working on any project, know who you are working for. Before they will make you go and waste your time. And in a country where we don't used to have don't shout it. In a country where we don't used to have, those of you who are in Nigeria, you understand what I'm saying. Somebody will now make me to go and burn my on design that he or she will now approve. So I now told him, I said, you don't like your picture? He said, yes. So what do we do? He said, we are going to use it like that. I said, no, we are not going to use it like that. He said, why? I said, you don't like the picture now? Then I now started educating him that, see, if you don't like your picture, there's nothing I will do that you will like. And then the next thing he said was, you're right. I said, you won't. Because if I do what I believe is best for the project, in as much as you are still seeing your picture, you'll still be looking at it, this picture is not nice. And then you will now send me a message that I don't like the design. That's when you now start hearing them using that. If this new style that they want to bring now, that they are saying AI will take space of designer, even AI will run. By the time you see some correction, if they start throwing words at AI, have you ever prompted AI before and AI will say, please shed more light? AI will run, I'm telling you. Because I remember when that guy told me that AI is going to take our space, I was like, but wait, if AI is going to take our space, who will now be helping those clients that they can do on their correction? And you know one thing about AI, I don't know if you guys have noticed this. If you ask AI to generate a picture for you, and AI generate the picture, if AI is close to what you are looking for, don't go and tell AI again to do something to that picture. AI will destroy. That's when you see the person have 6 fingers. You will just see, AI will just make the person have 6 fingers because AI is even computer. Your wallet is too much. So I'm waiting. So the client now said that he doesn't like his. I said, okay, so what are we going to do now? And this guy is paying me well. And that's another thing again. The guy is going to pay me well. We've agreed on how much it will cost to get the job done. And some of us here, I'm sure as soon as you see the money, you will just go, I said this. But me, I'm not always, I also like money, but not like now closing my eyes because I want to make the money. So I said, now that you don't like the picture, so how are we going to do this? Say he doesn't know, but he wants to, and the concert is late. Okay, I said, okay, let me see how I can help you. So what is it you don't like about the picture? And I said, thank you. He said, number one, the photographer that took the picture was supposed to tell me that my hair is not dry because he has afro. And look at how wet my hair is. Normally my hair used to look like it's blown. Now everything now looks as if it's dropping. I said, okay, is it because your hair is looking like it's dropping? He said, yes. He said, only that one. Say yes. Then and I said, okay, I know what I will do. I will try and see how I can help you blow it. Now I said, but wait, there's one other thing. I said, what? He said, is it right to wear brown suit on Christmas Day? I said, no. Say he's wearing brown suit. Oh, he doesn't like the picture. If I had known that he would say no, if I know that he would complain about this, I would say, yes, brown is okay. You know, so you see, I'm wearing brown. I can't wear brown on Christmas. I say, man, this guy. Okay. Now, and this is where every one of you need to be very smart as a creative person. I'm telling you, if you want to make money in this business, you have to be very, very smart. So I said, okay, so what do we do now? I can't do the design because you don't like the picture. Because if I do the design for you, it will look as if I'm just wasting my time. Now I say, but we need to do the design. And I said, okay, if you want us to do the design, I know what I will do for you on the picture that will make the design look okay. But you have to prove to me, you have to tell me, approve this, that if I do the design, you won't say because your picture is not okay, you will now dislike the design. And I said, okay, no problem. So we've already agreed on that, all right? So meaning I've hanged him that if I send the design to you, don't tell me I should change the picture. Do that, oh guys. Okay. So I now sent, I did the design, I did what was okay. His suit was looking good. Brown is one color that normally look dull most time. Brown is one dull color, so be careful with it. Brown is always dull. It's good for some type of project, but for a project where you are trying to depict joy, happiness, fun, don't do brown. Don't do brown, though. So I now did the design. So what I now did was the outfits, this brown outfit, I boost the color a bit and then give it a touch of orange. So the highlight part of the outfit, which is also part of what I would advise you guys to go and learn. Learn photo manipulation. It's not hard. Let me teach you the secret to learn anything. Learn it with the mind of, I will get it. Don't learn because Caesar is doing it. If you learn because Caesar is doing it, you will not get it. Learn it because, okay, this is what I want to be doing. And I will get it. If you go with that mind, I'm telling you, you will learn it. The first time is look a bit boring and looking like you are wasting your time. He's the devil. Don't mind the devil. The devil doesn't want you to excel. Just focus. I'm telling you, all the things you see me do today, they are not something I learned yesterday. There are things that, I continue, I'm consistent with it, and today I'm doing well. And I'm still not up to the level I want to get to yet. Yes, I'm not. No, there's a level. No, I'm not there yet. No, I'm not there yet. I'm not there. I'm not. If DreamWorks or Walt Disney have not called me to say, boss, come on, I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. And if they call me, I'll still say I'm not there yet because we still have some more people bigger than them. Anyway, so I now did the design, and design was, I liked the design. I sent it to him. When I sent the design to him, I sent 2 options. All right, I sent 2 options, and because the agreement was, I'm supposed to do 3 designs. All right, I'm supposed to do 3 designs. There's this group. Please, I need you guys to listen. There's this group design I'm supposed to do with him and his colleague, and there's one with the guest speakers and one that is with the one with his personal picture. So I did 2 options, and when I sent the 2 options to him, the response I got was, man, I'm confused. I don't know which one to pick. Hey, don't clap for me yet. Don't clap, because some of you now, when your client say that, you will start going and popping champagne. And there's nothing like when the client that pay good money say your design is approved. The way we normally feel, we just start dancing. So I was like, correct. He now said, I don't even know which one to pick. Man, okay, can I take the 2? In my mind, I was like, take the 2 now. Meaning that if you take the 2, I'm not going to do that group one, but that group one is going to take me time. So I now said, take the 2 now. So he now said, okay, he's going to take the 2. So I now said, so now that I have taken the 2, so what do we do now? And I said, so what's going to happen now is that he's not sure if he's going to do the 3rd one, but since he has paid me upfront, which the upfront payment covers the 2 designs, that it's going to go with the 2. That feeling like you're on a way going, like you are like this. You're already going like, and you just hear, but he now said, I don't like the picture. Remember, we are back at this don't like picture again. I said, what you don't like about it? He said, the way I'm smiling, I'm looking like a small child. I had to ask him, do you want to look old? He said, see the way I'm smiling like a small child. Baba, you are not small. Then I said, so he's not sure. He likes that picture because he looked as if I now reminded him of what we agreed at. Come, we agreed that you are not going to. If you want me to go back to my workstation again, because each of those, which is actually to take the editing of those pictures takes time. So if you want me to go back and work on this again, It will cost you money. And my people, when God was going to perform his wonders, I was just browsing. I was using my phone one day, because most time when clients contact me, which is another thing I want every one of you to start doing. When a client contacts you, do your research. Go and check their page. Go and check their social media page. Go and see their design. The design that they've done in the past. Do you understand what I'm saying? And see, this person that is complaining about this picture is all those people that normally use Canva to do design. Yes. He showed me the design he did last year. It was Canva that he used. And if you see the design, I'm telling you guys, the design was looking beautiful. Very, very beautiful. But the reason why this year design is not working for him is because when he prompted AI to do the design for him, he didn't tell me that was where AI, but me, I know AI. If AI destroy your picture, I used to know. The suit he wore has wings. the suit has wings. And you now say this is the one that he generated, but he's not feeling it. Remember that, you see, you have used AI has given you wings, you're not telling me you're not feeling it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So imagine if I'm not at the level I am now. That's how I'm going to lose that big money that I receive from that person. If that guy can use AI to do design, it means if you are not doing well, that means people like them will just carry your money, put it in their pocket, and ask AI to generate the design for them. So before we get to the test part of today's meeting, I want to quickly share, I want to make you all know this, that design is easy if you understand that it's a process and not a result. Thank you. All right. So, to test to make you guys know that I'm not here to deceive you guys. All right. There's a test that we are going to do. I have a brief here, and I believe we are all in our separate groups, right? So each group will have a representative that you guys are going to use his computer to achieve a project. So I've already created the brief for the project. I've gotten the image to use, and you guys are just going to create a design using the brief. This is just a sign to test you guys and also to make you guys know that all the things I shared with you guys are things that are working. You'll see that by the time you're done with using the brief, you guys will just see that you have achieved a simple design. All right? Design is not about putting what is not necessary. Design is about making it serve its goal. There's a goal, and you'll see the goal in the brief. Once you have achieved the goal, then you are good to go. And I think that is it. So my team will share one important information with us. But I think while we are waiting, while he's going to share that, please kindly, each group should please pick a representative that you are going to use his computer for the tests. And I think after that we are good to go. All right. Sorry, before you do that, please. Sorry, before you do that, I was supposed to ask, do you guys have questions? Any question, please? Please, if you have question you want to ask me, please raise your hand. Any question, any question, any question? Anybody? Okay. I think we have one hand raised. Please, can you help me? Sorry, we're supposed to do this before we go. Please.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you, Caesar. We appreciate your opening your fountain of knowledge. And my question is this, that when, I know you have answered it, but when a client wants something that's not right, when a client, when you give them a brief and they are telling you to do something that's not right, maybe like say break principles of design or use elements that, what do you do? Because you said we should not work for money. Do we reject the project or do you do it?
I just... All right, so that's a very good question there. Now, when a client asks you to do what is not right in your project, do it. I shared this with you guys that if you go to my Instagram account, even if you check my portfolio, I have a portfolio, yeah, but you won't see any client work there. Yes, you will never see any client work there. All the designs I have in my portfolio are my personal, they are fictional design. So when a client say, we want you to do this, do it for them. But there's the part of you educating them. Let them know why it's not going to work. But if they say, we want it like that, fine. Because the reason why they contacted you, the reason why they contact you is because they want you to help them project that thing that you think is not nice to their viewers. So if they say they want it, do it. But don't put it in your portfolio if you think it's not right. Do you understand what I'm saying? And one good thing about putting fictional designs in your portfolio is I've been to so many interviews. They don't ask me, who is this client? They don't. The only thing they always ask is, what inspired this? And me that the project is for me, I know how to defend my project. I'll just tell them the reason why this is like this is because this is me that is my concept. In fact, it's even easy, it's always easier for me to break the process down. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I'll say this again, I've shared it before. If you really want to enjoy graphic design, it's always best to put the type of design you like to do on your page. The design I'm doing today that is fetching me money are designs that I like to do. It's just that when they give it to me at times and I build them and they say we are going to pay, I'm always like, something that I will just do. In fact, there was time I was telling my partner that, at times when I build these people, it's always making me feel like I'm cheating them. Telling you the truth. You know, when you are doing something, it's like to me, the way I see design is this. And that's the same way every one of you are supposed to see design. But the reason why you are not seeing design like that is because you are busy trying to do what other people are doing because you feel, okay, they are doing well there. Meanwhile, you're supposed to focus on your own style. The way I see design is this. I'm telling you. But there are some design that I don't see like that too. If you ask me to go and do infographics now, I will see it like this. If it's infographics, you will see me doing like and that's what the first thing is. If you give me projects that I don't like to do, in fact, those type of projects where I normally make money the most, like magazine design, I don't like magazine design, but I do magazine design. Yeah, I do magazine design. So what I do is because I know I don't really like it, I now charge well. So if I charge well and I'm doing the project, I'll just be remembering the money. You understand? Like those people that I charge twice now, the money I ask them to pay is something that on a good day, if it's a project that I like to do, I won't ask them to pay that amount. But because I know that, man, this job, and the reason why I don't really, love, if I show you guys my magazine design, you will go, wow. My magazine design is beautiful. But the reason why I don't really it's not like I don't like it. I like it, but, there's nothing like when you mix color, you mix color in Photoshop, and then you now see that color just project the other color, and then you see somebody's picture that looks dull, and then you work on it, and everything's just looking shiny, and you go, oh, more. But magazine, you have to start reading the article. You will read from A to Z. When you now read, you now go and get the picture that goes with it. And at times when you use the picture, the client will say, we are talking about A, you are putting Z. What is this now? Change the picture. Like the last one I did that, they almost finished my head. They say all the layout are beautiful, but the illustration I use is not really connecting well. So you have to go back and start reading the article. That's how magazine works. Don't go and be thinking, they give you article and then you just no. You will read. When you are done reading the page, me that doesn't like to, I'm not a fan of reading. I enjoy sitting like the way you guys are here now that I'll be watching video. I learn fast that way. But me reading, if you give me a book to read, I will sleep. I will just sleep because I hate this My eye going. That's why if I want to design a 30 pages magazine, even if it's a report or a brochure, I'll tell you, give me 9 days. Because it will take, it's always taking me time. And you know magazine now, magazine is funny, and some people like it. Some people enjoy magazine design. I enjoy it too, but not like my normal poster. Magazine, I'll have to go and be drawing icons, designing icons, take the article, which was what the company that I said they gave their designer my work, because when the guy handled his own version, he was confused. He doesn't know what to do. He was not like, okay, this guy used this here, this guy. But the part of my using illustration to illustrate because there are times where they will give points. So what I do most of the time is my own, when I want to design the point part, which everybody, please, when you are designing magazine, know you are trying to entertain people. Magazine is more of entertaining people, informing them in an entertainment way. So when you are designing the pages, you have to read the articles. When you see a part where it looks as if they say something that you can get an image to illustrate it, don't say because you already have an image on the opening page, then you now say, okay, every other page should just go like that. No, don't do that. If you do that, they will replace you. So what you will do is read maybe the end part of the article, read it, copy that part, look for an illustration, put the text next to it, they will like it. The part where you notice there are points, don't say because they listed the point at point 1, point 2, point 3, point 3, point 4. Those are my tricks I'm teaching you guys here. Don't follow the flow of how they put it in the article. No. Break it. Instead of putting those points this way, put them in columns. If the magazine is 3 columns, use 2 columns to arrange those points. They will like it. Those are the things I do. I remember when I started magazine design, what I normally do before is when they give me the article, I just do copy, paste, send. Copy, paste, send. It was when I worked for one company in UK that the whole thing changed, and they were like, we paid you, what is this one you are doing? Then I now said, my normal style now. Can I see the magazine that you always like? They now asked me to go and check, they sent me a link. So I now went to check the line, and I said, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do. It took me time to finish. And by the time I finish the project, they like it. So if a client say they don't want or don't like what you do, please do for them. Or don't put it in your portfolio. All right? Good. I hope you are okay with my answer. Sorry, one more. Any other question? Anybody again with question? Any other person? All right. Oh, yeah.
Okay, my question is this. You've said a lot of things, and they're wonderful. So, after listening to all of this thing, how to attend to clients, how to respond, how to ask them questions, like how do you now bring all of these things into your existing client? Like as your existing client now, I've made a mistake. I'm working with this client now. All my clients, I have a way of doing things. Now, hearing to learn from you, I want to bring all of those things you've said into my existing client. How do I do them? Because I remember one time I took a course on logo design.
Yep.
And the same thing you said, the person said something too as well.
Yep.
And I was like, how do I bring? So I did. I spoke to one of my clients. I was like, Joshua, this one you are doing this. My former design does not do this for me. I'm like, okay, let's just go to our normal regular way.
True.
So I want to avoid that and just build on what you said.
That's another good question. So if you have clients that you understand their style, all the things I explain here is just for you to understand who you are working with. There are some clients that I'm not going to send this to them because I already know their taste. Like my pastor now, I know I used to call him action film style of person. So it won't make sense if I now go back to that, sir. I want to, because I've attended one trial and I said, sir, what exactly is the problem? I go, Baba, you have been working for me for long. Why do you want to stress me now? So I already know his style. So what I'll just do is to continue with him. What I explain here is for new clients. All right? Now, not only new clients, also you. All right? It's for you also. Start creating fictional designs. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, see, every one of you should write down this somewhere. when you post your designs online, all right, you don't post and make people see. You post with explanation. That will get you clients. Or let me say, I'm talking of foreign clients. Foreign clients are looking for designers, oh, I'm telling you. But the people they always like to give their job to are the people who understand what they are doing. So what I explain here now is not only for your client, but also for you. So if you want to create any fictional project, first of all, right now, okay, this is the problem. This is what I want to achieve. I want to capture this type of people. And this is their age. And this is the story I want to tell with it. By the time you put the design up, I'm telling you, they will contact you. There are some designs that some clients saw on my page that nobody asked me to do it. And what actually inspired the design was I was just, most of them, like, okay, let me use there's this bottled water design I did where the drop of that water now transformed to somebody running. Nobody asked me to do that. I was just like, wait. I remember there was a time I was using water to draw. That means instead of using image to illustrate, a character to illustrate or the effect of this water, can't I just transform the image on the water to look like a character? And that inspired that artwork. And do you know that project got me design projects to work on? So what everybody is always looking for, what every client is always looking for is someone who understands what he or she is doing. So when you break down what you want to achieve, that thing you put down is what you will put in the post of that design. Even if you are going to put it in your portfolio, that breakdown is what you are going to put in your portfolio, because every company that wants to give you job to do, what they are looking for when they are looking at your portfolio is not those sweet design, it's the problem and how you solve the problem. So that by the time they give you design problem to solve, they know, okay, this guy already understands how to solve design problem. In fact, you will break it so down that you will explain why you use the design elements. I used triangle here to call the attention of, they go, this guy is Sabio. In fact, when you see that you are educating them too about the way you play with the element, they go, this is the right person for the project. I have never attended any design interview before that I lose. Yes. I have never, I'm saying it. I have never, in fact, there was this design interview, I'll take your question. There was this magazine, in fact, it's the same magazine company that I'm telling you now, that now they are in Canada. They were in Nigeria before, all right? When they were here, the name of the company was The Spark. Some of you might have seen the magazine on all these vendor people. So they contacted me, and when I went for we were five. There was this guy. The guy came from. He was one of Bolanle Bawo's students. When they were interviewing us, before they interviewed us, before they asked us to sit, me, I don't have iPad. The guy just brought his iPad, put it on the table, put his Mac laptop beside it, and I was like, oh, no, this guy package. Me, I only went there with my laptop. This guy package. And they interviewed the guy. In fact, when I saw, I know this guy is good. For him to have iPad and laptop. Me, I don't have iPad. I only have laptop. And they interviewed the guy. Then they interviewed me. So they sent 3 people away, and then they now say the 2 of us to come for the next interview. So when we went for the interview, when I got to the room where they were interviewing us, people, I'm telling you guys, if you see the way I sat down on the chair, as if I'm the one who's going to interview the man, and the guy was like, why are you so? I'm telling you, he said, what is that confidence in you that made you think we are going to employ you? And I said, why is he asking? I said, the way you just balance. I said, and truly, the impression that I took to the place was, if you employ me, I'm here to help you. If I don't see myself as they helping me, I'm looking at it, I'm here to help you. So the confidence was so much, and when they now finished interviewing me, do you know that when they called me that, if I was even on my way home, I was on my way home from the interview, and then I now saw the mail they sent to me. I was checking my phone and I saw that, congratulations, you have been selected as the clinic for the Spark. I said, okay, fine. So when I now went to the company, you know what the boss told me? He said, the day we were interviewing you, I saw that confidence in you. The other guy, too, his portfolio was okay, but what was in his portfolio is more of flyer. Now, there's another trick. I have two portfolio. I have for magazine. I have for poster. But that one for poster, you'll see few logos there. So if you contact me for a magazine interview, I'll throw magazine for you. So the guy said, if you see that guy's portfolio, flyers, Kataboyo your own. You only have 10 pages. And those 10 pages carry everything we need. And I said, aside from that, the way you sat down that day, we want to see what you can do. I'm telling you the truth. And I did according to what they were expecting, or even more than what they were expecting. Until today, I'm still working for them. So, I decided to share this for you guys to know that if you really want to enjoy this business, you have to be smart. It's for smart people. 2 is don't wait for when they will employ you before you give yourself job. Your design that you are doing for a client will only get you the same client. Or let me say it again. The design you are posting online that belongs to a client will still get you the same client. It won't get you another client because this person's taste is different from this person. So if you are doing design for one person and you are using that person's design to claim big boy, I'm telling you, you will still keep getting the same person. No? So put yourself out there, shout yourself, and let the right people contact you. Please, your question.
Thank you so much, sir. What platforms have you used in the past to learn design tools?
Okay. So, first off, I don't have one platform. I use YouTube. Oh, yeah. I use YouTube a lot. But because if you say what platform have I used, and that's why I said I don't have one platform. If you are still on the what platform, you won't get it. Don't focus on what platform. Focus on what is your own problem. Define your problem first. Because if you don't know what your problem is, you won't know what to search for. Are you getting what I'm saying? What is that thing that you notice you lack? Okay, I want to start designing posters. What are the things that a good poster must have? Go and learn those things. I want to learn how to do photo manipulation. Okay, so what are those things that a good photo manipulation must have? Go and learn those things. That's all. That's what I did. I helped me. I want to learn how to surprise my viewers with design, like making them not to expect, like creating what they don't expect. How do I achieve that? It's easy. Just be putting up what they don't think it will be on the design in the design. But there's the part of reading about this, which I did. I read. I always read. I'm not a fan. I do research on understanding how to break down design, and all these things are not hard. And see, it's not every time I'm asked to work on design project that I used to hit the nail on the head. There are times when I hold the nail, I will hit the hammer, and the hammer will hit my finger. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not every time you do design for people that they will get it immediately, that they will approve it. I shared something here that a client told me that my design looked like a church flyer instead of a movie poster. So I told the client, okay, how do you define a movie poster? And the client sent me what a movie poster should look like. And then I used that to achieve the project. So it's not like it's something you have to, don't be thinking, Caesar is good. Caesar said anytime he's asked to work on design project, he's always getting it immediately. It's a big lie. You understand what I'm saying? If I say I always get it immediately, it's a lie. Do you understand? Yes, but discover yourself first. That's very, very important. First of all, discover yourself. When you have discovered yourself, then all these ones I explained here, then you now add those ones to it. All right. I think that is it. All right. Yeah. Thank you all, and I appreciate every one of you. All right. Then, before, please, I want us to test ourselves. Please set up your computer, I beg. Or can we do this? Since we don't have much people, groups of 7, Abi.